I'm George.
And I'm Bob. We're the Shipping Goblins from Beetle and Cribs. Today, we're going to talk about the amazing Map Vault Collection. And with the Map Vault Collection, you get a bunch of gorgeous two-sided maps, all scaled for standard minis.
Yeah, get yours now for the Map Vault Collection from Beetle and Grimm, and all the players at your table will be revved up and hyper because the only thing they'll be able to say is...
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Zoinks!
Yeah, do it again.
Zoinks!
Hello?
Who do you think you are?
Yes, Mr. Lillard.
You're just some goblin.
Yes, sir.
You can't just go off and use my
It's your
voice like
thing.
that. I have rights.
Completely. We
You
just thought...
me.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take this right to
yes, sir.
Beetle. Hey, Grim.
Thank you, sir.
What happened?
Matthew Lillard watches our show!
Hello! As we just say that.
Yeah. I don't think that went out, don't worry.
At home.
Here we are. It's Thursday nights. Hello, welcome to Band of Badgers. I'm Dave, your GM and host for this evening. And of course, we are playing Rise of the Runelords by Peso. And these are my beautiful players. How's everyone doing? How are you doing?
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Good, yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's Thursday. Thursdays are always good.
It is always good on a Thursday. It's always nice to have a Thursday. Because we know that Friday is coming the next day, which is great.
Yes.
We basically have a 3-day weekend. So that's cool. And we've had the fingers up, hopefully in a nice way, not that way, from Ipsy that sound is working. So there we go. All the buttons are pushed. Okay, fantastic. Welcome to this week's returning special guest player. This is Ryan Warren, everybody, from Session Zero Clothing. From Session Zero Clothing. I will rep. Look, it makes you skinnier. Makes you ripped and skinnier. It does not make you ripped. It does make you skinnier. I'm tied up in cables. Oh no. Oops, I'm tied up in cables. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm tied up in cables still.
Well, sounds not well.
That's the name of my sex tape.
Someone had to say it.
We've been talking
No,
about that.
I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys. I'm just hanging out.
Cool.
Yay.
We've
We
been
missed
watching,
you too, dude.
We've been watching your mid-level crisis.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, you guys popped in on Sunday, and it made me so happy to see that. It was really loved it. I really appreciate that.
Pleasure. We're going to be chatting with Ryan at the usual bit, the midway break, just to see what he's been up to. Because there's been a few developments, so we will catch up with that. Now, thank you always to Beetle and Grimm. They don't just support this show, they support all of our shows. And if you were here for the schedule, you would have seen all our fantastic shows which are going on, and even more to come, which is great. It's so good, even my hair has fallen out. How about that? That's stress and old age for you. Don't let it get to you. So, also in the box below me, check out all the discount vouchers. Ryan from Session Zero Clothing has actually given you 15% off, I think, for the code word of badgers. Now, if we'll put that in live chat. We'll put links in live chat. If there's a reminder in the box below, and so check out some cool t-shirts and save yourself a few quid. You might as well, and they're good. They're very nice. Now, all of our various supporters are in the boxes there. There are all kinds of discounts. Do use them. Do check us out. If you would like to support us, then you can. Just by subscribing to us on Twitch channel, okay? It's nice and easy to do, and it keeps us in loads of things. It means that we can do even more content, and we have a ton of stuff coming. We really do. To mention that, we have tomorrow is Friday. We have our Tomb of Annihilation Day. It is the penultimate episode.
Good word. Big word.
It is the second to last episode. It is the penultimate episode, so stay tuned for that. Then, on Sunday, we're back with Vampire the Masquerade. It was a fantastic first show. We loved watching it. For once, I didn't have to push any buttons. I didn't have to play the game. I didn't have to control the game. I just loved sitting there watching the show. It was fantastic. So do check that out on Sunday. Monday, me, Steve and Joe are going to be back doing some mini painting. Do check that out with the Great British Brush Off. We've got some fantastic guests coming on if you haven't seen the flyer already. And then Tuesday, we're back again with our second of our new shows, Vazen by Free League. Again, I don't have to do anything. I can just sit, watch, enjoy the show. Maybe we should have, I don't know, we'll have to ask. Maybe there's a way of doing like a party, watching the party in Discord. I don't know how Discord works, people.
Sounds a bit like Gogglebox.
Yeah, we do that. Let's do Gogglebox on Vazen. So, right, all that's done. Let's have a look who's in. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this evening. Sean TW, fantastic cartoonist. He is available and open for commissions. He's done all the artwork before the bottom line there. Harrison Tolgus and Rupp. Josh McGuire, who's in the house. Thank you very much. McGuire. Baron Snowhand, lovely to see you again. We've got Carbon 14, XYZ, Connoted, Poffis, Roasty Toasty. That's Roasty Toasty is Rupp, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
I love the name. How did you come up with that one?
Well, I've had the name for a while. As in, usually it'd be Roasty My Toasty because it sounds like a euphemism, but really isn't. It just doesn't.
That's the name. Chris's name, Dave.
But like, it just isn't. It doesn't mean anything. So yeah, cool. That's
cool. T-Bird in all the numbers, Undead Corpse, and Weedonite. We're just going to shout out a few names. Can't be bothered to read them all out. Thank you very much for joining us. Lovely, love you all, people. Cool. Joe says he's going to get another gold star. I don't think so. I think we got him beat this week. So last week on Runelords, you didn't have Elias. Elias was not there. You left him behind. You went on a different adventure because Sarnak and Bear were in town during the Stone Giant raid, and he asked you to help him on a little quest to try to rescue the people who were stolen from Sandpoint. So the Giants took a few things from Sandpoint, including a few people. You managed to find your way to a cave inhabited by a giant freaking spider, a lady spider, and then you found a tunnel at the back of that cavern which led you inside the citadel. It was a black ring walled complex.
I got Frodo'd.
Yeah,
you did. That was really nice to happen.
But you also conjured a massive butterfly tongue.
Yeah, and just whipped him.
And you did. You held up against that. But it ended as there was a lot of drumming on the outside of the wall. Remember, you're now inside the fortress. There's armies of giants, of stone giants, camped outside the fortress. And you heard some drumming, and Psylocke and Bear, or Psylocke, his mannerisms seemed to change. And he walked towards these huge double doors of the gate, flung them open, gave you a cheeky smile, brought out his hatchets, and you could see, or you could hear in the distance, Bear roaring as Psylocke just did a battle cry and ran forward as the doors slowly closed behind him.
Epic.
And you are left in this courtyard, several buildings, a huge pit about 90 feet in front of you, in the ground. But you're right next to this huge black tower. We're getting some feedback from someone, not sure who. Huge black tower. Can you all make a perception check, please?
Perception.
I got a nat 20.
Nice
Yeah.
one.
41.
36.
Yeah. Mine's not even worth mentioning. 21.
Okay. Anyone got less than 18?
Don't think anyone. Wasted a nat 20.
A wild Elias appears.
Is it Gothamites?
You all start to hear a song. I'm just checking. A song. And it seems to slow everything down around you.
What sort of song is it?
It's almost like singing on the wind.
Oh.
Do you guys hear a song?
Yeah, quite nice.
Tulkas has a quizzitive look on his face, and he says, "This reminds me of something that happened to me at sea." And can I roll a sailing lore check to see if it's anything like siren calls?
You can.
That's a roll of 29 total.
So just as you realise that, you look up and you do indeed see 3 harpies flying down around you.
Yes.
Can you all make a will save, please, apart from Tulkas?
Oh.
I'm going to use my halfling luck, please.
Okay.
It went well then.
Oh, well, I'm also going to use my reaction to use shared avoidance, which means that you'll get +2 on your will save.
I thought you were going to say you have to use your PP coin as well. It's like 2 1s in a row.
No.
P coins.
26.
36.
Josh.
28 plus the extra 2, so 30.
Okay. You all passed. You're all fine, and then you kind of shake off that slow feeling, and then you see 3 harpies land, boom, 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 in front of you. I'm gonna, for everyone watching at home, but for players watching on Twitch, I will quickly put up what the harpies look like.
Is this more of Harrison's young ladies come after him?
Well, I was going to suggest that maybe I could try and chat them up again. But...
Oh, no. You don't want to get no finger in there again, Harrison.
Okay, so the harpies land. They're wearing clothes, robes, wraps around their hands. Their feet are bird-like, right up to the knees, with these huge claws. Their face are very angular, with pointed ears, with sharp teeth, and their arms, much like their legs, up to about the elbow, are pretty much like birds' feet. Again, huge claws. Out of their shoulder blades are these huge wings. As I said, they're wearing robes, all tied up at the sides belts on, and as they land.
They're suited and booted.
They're suited and booted.
That's unusual.
Can we help you?
And they stand there. The first one steps forward, the one in the middle, looks at you. You see their feet turn inwards. And then a hand comes out, and they go, fight! Everyone roll initiative, please.
I wonder what you meant there. Like, it's going to be like tango?
Different kind of music.
Ooh, it's not bad.
Okay. Right. Tolkus.
36.
Well done. Rupp.
35.
Well done. Yelena.
23.
Harrison.
26.
Ooh. Okay. It's Tolkus followed by Rupp then, please.
Yeah, so they're giving it the old kung fu stance. Come on, aren't they?
Yeah.
Morpheus,
There's
yeah.
3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Number 2 is in the middle. 1, 2, and 3. They're about 20 foot away.
Oh right, okay. So that's one action to get there. Okay, yeah. I'll leap towards the one in the middle.
Okay, number
with
2.
brandishing my great axe above my head, and make a power attack in the direction of said harpy.
Okay, go for it.
Oosh. It's 14 on the dice plus 23. Yes, it is that ridiculous. Which is 37.
Yep, I'll get the power book. Here we go. Right.
The power book.
It's the Tolkus app. Calculate damage. There we go.
Calculator.
Calculator, yeah. Very good, very good. So I've got Holcus and Calculator. Right, so I take it that hit, Dave. Sorry.
It does hit, yep.
Okay, so she is going to take a 9, a 7, a 5,
human
a 7,
calculators.
and a 4. So, what did I say? 8? No, what did I say? I think I'm going to have to roll that again, unless someone in chat got that. It was 8, 7, 5, 4 for strength, and then 7, I think. Because I had to roll one of the dice again.
It's 31.
Because I've only got... I don't know if level up dice are watching, but I could really do with another D12.
Well, you've just... Well, you should have done their Kickstarter.
Their pledge manager is open.
Steve, stick a link in chat. then Jeff can use it. Right.
So
okay, hits.
That counts as 2 actions. So that is the end of my turn.
Okay. So as you go to swing that axe, it's almost as if the harpy turns in slow motion herself. She seems to spin, the robes twirl around her, and you see her kind of bend and contort as she does so. But when she lands back facing you, she seems quite optimistic. But actually, there's a red gash all the way across her middle.
That's one of those words. It's a bit like moist.
Rupp, followed by Harrison.
Okay, Rupp's a little scared of getting carried away. So I'm gonna walk up behind Tolkus, and then I'm going to cast Repulsion.
Ooh.
Me?
No, don't worry. So what happens is that I move my hands and create this like field of energy around me, and they have to make a wisdom saving throw if they want to get closer. But so does Harrison, unfortunately.
Okay.
But you're not yet. But if they literally cannot move closer to me or Tolkus.
A real saving throw, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all of them.
Yeah, if they move towards.
So failed. That is a 23, and that is a 28.
None of that saves.
Wow. Rup is
tough. So yeah, I'm just like screaming at them probably, and I'm hoping. They really don't want to get close to me.
So that's like deflector shields up, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. But Harrison also is annoyed by my growling.
Okay, great. I can't save for that. I'm now annoyed.
Yeah, well, you have to move around me.
Oh, okay, fine.
If you want to get there.
Like it.
Okay. So, Harrison sees this, sees Rupp screaming, and kind of dodges away from it, and is using the shortest path to get to one of the harpies that I can get to within my movement range.
Yep,
which
let's
is
say harpy number
5.
1.
Yep. So I'm going to do my double strike, magnificent. One's an 30 to hit, and the other one is a 27. Hang on, that's not right. One's a 40 to hit, one's a 27.
Yep, they both hit.
Sweet. Okay, so let me roll damage. So first one. So 12 points of 17 points of damage plus the 2 persistent for the first attack.
Yeah, you can just remind me on those.
Yep, and the second attack is 11 attack damage.
11 damage. Yeah.
And then for that's it. So I've moved, and double strike is 2 actions. So that's it. I'm done.
Okay, Yelena.
Can I get a nice 15-foot cone whilst avoiding Harrison and Torpus?
Yes, you can do it on harpy number 3. Otherwise, you could kind of. They've lined up in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you imagine Tolkus has rushed up to the middle one, he's now in hand to hand. Harrison has moved up to number 1.
Yeah.
You could either walk around semicircular to the right to get all 3 harpies, and potentially Tolkus and Harrison.
I'm worried about hitting Tolkus.
I'm like 5 feet behind Tolkus.
Or you can spray on number 3, who's directly.
In that case, I will just use an acid arrow instead on number 3. So I need to try and attack them.
Okay.
Which 19 plus 15. What's that?
That hits.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get the D8s out. Shit. Lots of D10s.
How many did you need?
It's alright, I've got them. It's 3.
If you some.
11 points of damage.
11 damage. Okay, we're off.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
And I will kind of try to move closer to Rupp just in case they do decide to try and move.
Okay.
Have you succeeded on a will save?
Oh, I need to try.
Rupp is screaming his head off.
A natural 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Away
Well
from
done.
the natural 20.
Nice one.
Well done.
So you can move closer.
Yeah, I move closer to Rupp just in case they try and get at him.
So.
Well, they can't move towards me. So.
I might not realise that because I'm like, oh, it's a bit of a noise. It's fine.
Right, I'm gonna use my champion dice. My champion dice. Right. So, Tolkus, the one that spins around has this red kind of gash across her belly, ripping. Oh, I didn't hit at all. 19. That was really bad.
Serious?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, going for a second. No, that's even worse. Wow, that's a 15. There's no way I'm going to get it on a... no, not at all. I got 26 was the highest. No, right. So whatever you do, she's scratching and kicking and trying to get to you, but you're just either sort of blocking every kind of move that manages to do.
It's Tolkus moves a lot like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's like small moves, but enough that you miss.
But out of the corner of your eye, just on the left there, you see Harrison. Oh, natural 20. Here we go. This is 35 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. Cool. Doesn't
So
do a
this
lot
is
of damage.
how it happens.
Sadly, it does not do a lot of damage. 10 points of damage on the first hit. Sorry, 20 because it's doubled.
Yep.
So 20 points of damage as this one kind of steps up and manages to kind of do sort of rake moves across your chest.
Think she's into your brother.
25 on the second hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, and finally, probably not going to work. No, 25, 27.
That does not hit.
Okay, there we go. And then Jeff, out the corner of the right side, you see the harpy try to kind of dash around you to follow Yelena.
Oh, did she go through my attack area?
She does. So she starts to walk, and then the wings pick up.
Well, can she get to Yelena close to me?
She's gonna get near, and then Tolkus is gonna twat her out of the sky.
But the bird, she can't come towards me.
There's more distance. So this is the bird that's further away. Yelena came towards you.
Yeah.
The harpy is trying to follow Yelena's tracks, but with wings. But she's gonna get.
Yeah, if I can get an attack of opportunity on her, I will try.
Yep, go for it. She seems intent on Yelena.
Armor class of 33.
That hits.
So this is just normal damage.
Yep.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage.
20 damage on number 3. Cool. Okay, then. I've got delivery.
You're so lucky.
Oh yeah, no. Happy birthday, Steve.
Damn it.
He's on mute. Happy birthday, Steve.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Steve.
Birthday to Steve.
So, top of the next round, you start to kind of close in combat. Tolkus has managed to hit the other one that's come behind you, floods down into the ground. In the middle of you, you start to see like crackling lightning appear. And then it grows out and grows out.
Is it a Terminator?
That kind of thing. So it's spherical, it's lightning.
Awesome.
Is appearing in the middle of, very near to Tolkus, between Tolkus and Harrison. It's kind of growing in the middle between you.
Tolkus says, "He's coming."
No.
Tolkus, up to you, then Rupp.
Right, so I shall make another lunge at the fancy pants number 1 who's in front of me.
You? Yeah.
And I shall bring my axe round in a sort of arcing maneuver to go for another chop of the side.
Okay.
And as it comes round, all of the frost is coming off of it, and it looks awesome. And that is this. What did I say it was last time? Because I just rolled a 9 on the dice again. So 33 or 32, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you go to you go to hit.
Do I hit or not?
You don't.
Okay.
It's almost like she blurs backwards. She does a symbol with her hand, and she blurs multiple copies of her burst backwards. She goes about 10 to 15 foot away. And you would have cut where she was. You would have hit, but she managed to blur.
Right, so I'll try attacking again.
Okie dokie.
That's even better. That's 15 plus 23 to hit.
Yep.
Is that a hit or
that's a hit? No, so as she blurs backwards, you run forward, trying with a backswing.
27.
27 damage or hit?
Yeah, 27 damage.
Oh,
yeah.
Dear.
No, I've only been doing normal attacks. You'll notice I didn't say power attack at the beginning.
Yep.
On purpose, because I was just going to do 3 normal attacks.
She looks pretty wounded, but she's still standing.
Right, so... No, and the last one is going to miss unless... Hold on, 20... 5, 6, 20, it hits an arm class 26.
It does hit.
It
she's
does.
trying to... She's looking away. She's looking quite scared now, unsure of her own skills. She's trying. You see her wings spread out and take off. So you hit.
And she's going to take 7, not a lot of damage. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage.
She's down.
And that was my last action.
Okay. And she's down.
Oh, okay. So that one, yeah. She tried to get away by like flapping her wings, and she made the mistake of turning. And as she turned, I just came up with the axe and chopped the wings clean off her, which was enough to take her out.
You hear her scream before she just lays on the floor and just dies
and
into the dirt.
As her body hits the floor, her wings actually freeze in midair and then drop and shatter.
I was wondering if Tolkien was going to pick up one of the wings, because he has been just gradually collecting body parts.
I actually fancy one, well, not fancy, that's the wrong terminology entirely, but I actually want one of their legs, you know, the clawed feet up to the knee.
Still sounds weird.
Yeah.
Okay, Rupp.
You want to see what I'm building?
Rupp is up.
I'm going to huck a spear at the one next to Yelena.
Okay, yeah.
That is a 26 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
It's hard to have enough D4s for this now. Okay, so that is 14 points of damage as the spear should impale. And then I'm just gonna scream some more and cast guidance on Yelena.
So when you throw your spear, this harpy seems to do the move that happened with Tolkien. It seems to blur like multiple copies backwards, but your spear flies true, and even when she comes out of that, it hits her. She's still standing.
But hopefully now they all seem out of melee range right now.
Yeah.
So they can't come back. So yeah.
Okay. Harrison followed by Yelena.
So double strike on the one that's closest to me, if that's still number 1.
Yep. Plus you've still got this electric circle that's on your right.
Okay. So I'll deal with that afterwards. The first attack, 7 plus 22, 29 to hit for the first attack.
You ran up to her, did you?
I was assuming I was already close to the last one, unless that's already been destroyed.
No, he's in close combat.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So the first is 29, and the second attack is 39.
Yep, both hits.
Okay. So first attack. 9 points of damage plus the 1 persistent, and then for the second attack, 11 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then for my final trick, I'm going to look and kind of pay attention to that thing that you mentioned earlier, something electrical, the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do like an observational check of sorts and look what it is, or
you can just look. It's there. It's growing bigger.
Okay.
That's the name of your sex tape.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Okay.
The more you
follow-up one.
If we were to measure how big it's getting, how long would it take for it to get close to where I am?
It's not moving. It's just literally growing. So it's now about 4 foot in diameter. The electrics are sparking all over it. You can see the dust on the floor is just like getting pushed away from it.
So how far away is it from me right now, would you say?
It's probably less than 10 foot. 8 foot.
Okay.
But it's getting closer because it's expanding.
Sure. I'm going to see if I can, like, step, which is, well, reach it, leaving combat range, and then basically just get away from the area.
Okay. You want to run away?
I'm running, yeah, away from...
Bravely.
Well, no, not like running in a kind of like scared out of my mind. I'm just cautious of this massive thing coming towards me. Just kind of like, just, you know, edging away. So yeah,
it's in between you and Tolkus.
Okay.
And then Rupp is behind you, but Rupp is screaming. You don't know why he's screaming. He's just screaming.
Can I attempt to pick up Rupp as I'm running?
Well, he's behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna run. You're gonna turn around and run towards
Tolkus.
a screaming Rupp.
Well, it does have some effect. I mean, you can see like it's a 6th level spell, so hopefully it has some. I mean, like,
it has some CGI to it. Come
some
on.
emanations of
There's
sound.
a bit of sonic effect
Yeah,
going on.
exactly. Yeah.
So is the electrical coming from Rupp's distance? Area?
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
fine.
It's not me.
So I'm just going to be running into, because I'm cautious of just everyone really. So I'm just going to kind of run towards everyone else basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to probably make a will saving throw because of being in Rupp's area.
Yep.
Oh, it's only 1 for the duration, so you can't move towards me ever.
Okay. So,
You seem compelled to move away from Rupp. You can't move behind, and to the right of you, you can either go forward where the harpy is, or you can go to the left, which is further out into
See,
the corridor.
this is the way we get Harrison to go in. This is like I literally just scream behind him.
The power of Rupp compels you.
Yeah.
The power of Rupp compels you.
So that's a 31 on the will save.
Okay, so
Yeah,
pass.
you do save that. Oh, well, no. It's you only get 1 save, like
Yeah,
the first one.
Yeah.
Harrison,
Which you found.
which you failed.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
So you can,
Okay.
you can if you want. So,
So, yeah,
here we
so
go
I'm
again. In
running
front of you is the
I'm-
harpy.
Yeah, I'm running
Behind
around
you is
Rupp
Rupp.
then.
You can't go that way. To the right of you is this blue thing that's ever expanding, which is growing with electricity. The left is open ground.
I'm running in that direction.
Okay, so you're gonna run boom, full pelt as far as you can.
Yeah, and I'll be shouting back towards me. Mind that effing electrical thing.
Yelena, Harrison has just run away.
Typical. Rock, you might want to back up. I don't know what this thing is. Doesn't look good, though.
It looks like blue, right?
It looks crackly. Oh, it does look blue.
It
You don't
does
think it's
look
got
blue.
anything to do with Elias, do you? A harpy that's running towards me takes 3 points of acid damage that's persistent from the last acid arrow. And then I'm going to look at her and go, oh, didn't you like that? Oh, that's a shame, because I'm going to do it to you again. I'll cast acid arrow at her again. Oh, that's not a very good roll, though. That's only an 8. So that is, why can't I do maths? 27 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, go for it.
That is also lousy on the damage. It's just 8 points of damage.
Yep, lousy on the damage.
And then I would like to, provided I'm not going to provoke any attacks of opportunity, move backwards.
No, you're fine. You're still with Rupp anyway.
I would like to move backwards and encourage Rupp to do the same.
Okay.
So I am.
That's fine.
But you can't yet anyway.
I'd keep screaming.
So these ones step up to attack. This is the one who is fighting Harrison. Is chasing after you, and this is a 29 to hit. Harrison, 29 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Right.
No.
Okay. Next go. That is a 32 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, here we go. Yep, 2, 4, 11 points of damage.
Okay.
As this one tries to flaps its wings and tries to pick you up with its feet, but just cutting into your shoulders instead.
I'll try and wiggle it off.
The one that's fighting the Yelena but got hit by Tolkus is a bit scared, and is trying to leave the battlefield. It is not going to do that. And then at the end of the round, the blue crackling sphere continues to grow. And inside you can see 3 shadowy shapes starting to kind of move and coalesce inside. And then it explodes. Can everyone make a reflex saving throw, please? And I will do them for the whole.
I'm going to use my reaction to use shared avoidance, so you get +2 to that.
+2 on top of what we roll, yeah?
It's just you, Yelena and Tulkas are the only ones in range.
Okay.
So +2.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
PP coin, PP coin.
I will use my PP coin and re-roll. So much better.
That +2 from Rup puts me on a nice even 30.
Cool.
33.
37.
Yep.
31.
Ooh, anyone got 20s? Everyone got 30s. Blind me. I need to like +10 everything. Right, okay. This thing explodes, hitting both of the harpies for a little bit of damage. The electricity and this kind of wash of air hits you, and you can feel the electricity pass through. You can see it scattering over your weapons and armor and clothing, and then it just seems to harmlessly disappear. However, the harpies seem to both of them seem to take a bit of a jolt, and it kind of staggers their movement for a bit. But there's nothing inside the circle. Elias, what would you like to do?
I'd like to tap Rap on the shoulder. Would you mind awfully stopping that awful racket? We've just arrived. There's no need to scream now. It's okay, we're here. I've brought Zumba and the Professor with me. We'll sort all this out. We just need to calm
Make a will saving throw, please.
This could be amusing.
Could be, because that might be close. That's 31 in total.
Yeah, you save. You're like, you can do that. I just go, but it's keeping the harpies away. Ah! Oh,
have we lost Elias?
Oh no.
It's going to come back in a sec, don't worry. Any second now. Any second now. Any second now.
Nope.
Happy birthday.
Is it anything to do with him being a year older?
Right.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
He's back. What are you going to say?
It was a beautiful speech. I'm not repeating it.
We lost you there, Steve. You went... and that's all we got.
Just started screaming into the void.
I was saying that he rubs parries too much. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I was just saying, well, one of the harpies is already trying to escape with Harrison, so we're okay there. And, well, Tulkas can take care of the other one. It's all right. I'm here now. You can stop screaming.
Okay,
There's
I
no more
stopped screaming.
spiders. There's no more spiders.
I stopped screaming. Ending the spell. And the shockwaves stop happening, and they could.
Did you catch me saying that I bought Zumba and the Professor?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes. So, Zumba's here. Look, I bought Zumba.
Zumba!
Oh, hello everybody. How are you?
Oh, hey, Zamba. Oh, and not that guy.
I must say, where exactly are we?
In the middle of a fight, make yourself useful.
Over to you then. This
That's
is a
not making
remarkable
yourself
place.
useful.
You just
What
Professor
exactly
starts making
are you-
faces. He's walking around the wall.
What are you guys fighting? Aren't you guys can handle this? You guys are big shots now. That's what I've heard.
Big
You don't
shots
need,
indeed.
you don't need Zamba's help.
Zumba, you want in on this or not?
Elias and
No way, Jose. You can too. You got this. Last time I saw you were splitting butts.
He's still doing
This is
it.
true.
You recognise two
Good
harpies
times.
on the battlefield. Harrison
I'm
is running off in a
take-
completely opposite direction, by the way. Being chased by a harpy.
Heroically.
So
Run away
I take
bravely.
it that Harrison might be chasing another like 50 of them. Is that what's? Is that...
He's playing Kiss Chase.
If
Playing
only.
Kiss Chase.
I'm playing
Become
Kiss
a player.
Chase.
He's sacrificing himself by leading them away from us.
Oh,
When there
makes
was no
sense.
need.
Endeavor.
Well,
Can I take a shot at the one that's chasing Harrison, please?
Yep.
Okay, so I pull out a sling stone and load it into the arcane. Take a shot. Well, that's welcome to the game, everyone. That's a natural one.
PP coin.
You're gonna have
No,
to.
I'm not wasting it. I'll just take the natural one.
It's a natural one, so you missed.
Do you hit
Yeah.
me?
You do.
Probably.
So let's roll the damage.
Right in the back of the head.
20 points of damage.
Oh.
And I rolled bad.
So you set off the slingshot and it flies straight. It flies true. It misses the harpy by a hair or feather, and you just see Harrison get dumped in the head and just.
A bug
Face plant
bit me in
into
the buttocks.
Face plant into the courtyard and almost skid. Like his legs are in the air.
Yeah.
And then the
See what I
harpy
did there,
lands on top of
Zemba?
him.
I made him fall so that the harpy would foil their attack, but she
Yeah.
was too clever for us. She must have been expecting that.
The harpy
Professor, you were
grabs him
always the smartest one of everybody that I've ever met.
and starts to flap her wings and starts to lift off the ground with Harrison.
Oh God.
Does anybody look hurt?
Harrison.
What?
He's
Flying
going up in the air.
I'm screaming at this point.
Well, I guess you might have to replace Harrison.
We've been thinking about it for a while. If you're honest. Don't tell him.
I'm really surprised it's taken
Just
this
shoot
long.
him, please.
Which one?
The harpy. Can I huck a spear at it?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. There's still one. You've still got the other harpy on the battlefield, actually.
Yeah, I was waiting for my turn so I can attack that one.
What's the range on those things from where we're at?
It's about 90 foot away now.
Well, oh, okay. Hucking spears. Let's go 6. Okay, that is 13 points of damage
Okay.
to the one carrying off Harrison.
Yep. Okay, so you see, you throw another spear. Arcane spear shoots through the sky, hits, and impales the harpy through the chest as it bursts through its. There.
Chest burster.
Yep. And it just both of them tumble to the ground and crash.
The momentum of the spear takes them.
Yeah. And again, he does another face plant. Skids 5 foot in your face. That's another 11
in my
points.
clan, I was
Harrison.
known for my javelin.
Harrison, that's another 11 points of damage.
Sweet.
Okay, that harpy is dead. You have one left, I believe.
Yeah, the what was that one still in the position where I clonked her one when she tried to fly past?
Yep, that one's still there. It's the closest one to you.
So when it rolls around to my turn, because I'm not sure whose turn it is, I will attack it.
It's your go now. Rob, so you can go.
How fortuitous. So I'm going to power attack her by bringing my axe way back over my head, going way overboard with the swing. And I'm going to use my PP point.
PP points.
PP coin, even.
Yeah.
Because that was a natural one. That's better. It's 17 plus 23 to hit.
Yep. How would you like to do it?
Oh, I don't even get to roll damage.
You don't need to.
Their hands rip.
Okay. Well, if she was still on the floor, I'd just lop her head off, like clean off.
Yeah.
It goes spinning off down, and as it goes, it's freezing. And then when it stops, she's like looking at us in a frozen head.
Okie dokie. You turn the skull to ice.
Yeah. Then I chop off one of her legs and put it in my backpack.
Cool.
August, you really do need to talk to someone about this. It's a weird hobby.
It's trophies for the kills. That's all. It's gonna have them on the mantelpiece, like harpy leg. What was the other thing? Oh, the bladed leg of the giant spider. Seems to be collecting legs. Oh, the arm of that woman, the demon arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that these things like decompose, right?
Don't tell him that. He has
We're in a bag of holding.
So bad.
There's no oxygen in the bag of holding.
But when you put them up on your mantle, what are you gonna do with them then?
We're gonna have them treated.
Yes, me and Rob have a deal. He's going to treat them for me so they last forever.
Okay, well, I guess that's pretty smart.
I'm
It's
not
not
gonna,
as
I'm
smart
not
as the
gonna like
professor,
it.
though.
No. That's how you're repaying Tokus for all the shoulder carries.
And the runes. Yeah. So what's around it? We're surrounded by walls, yes?
You're in the inside of. I'll bring it up for you so you can see. For those of you on Twitch.
The place was surrounded by stone giants, wasn't it? Outside.
Yes.
But we haven't. The only thing we've seen inside so far are these harpies. Yeah.
Correct. The courtyard area. So you got a few buildings. There's a spire and the pit. Everything around you seems to be very quiet, very calm. The only noises you can hear are the drums and sounds of combat outside of the fortress, where every now and then you still hear a roar. Roars of bears and
bears.
The drums and stuff.
This is strange.
Yeah, do you guys want to get out of here?
Yes, quick, down that big hole in the middle.
Well, I was just reminiscing. The last time I saw you guys, we were in that tavern and we were having drinks and laughs and there was sausages. We could just go do that. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, but the tavern might be, well...
it was for wear.
It was for wear if we did that.
Well, what happened? It's been a long time. I've been pretty busy. I tried to check in every so often, buy on you guys. Just kidding. But I did try to check in, and I could never really keep up with all your stories and your antics.
No, it's good that you're out of the house. Because I know you've been busy studying with the professor here, who never turns up to any of the parties.
It always has to be fashionably late.
Well, no, I haven't seen him leave the lighthouse.
Oh, Elias, what have you been up to? We are here trying to rescue some of the villagers that got taken by the giants. At least that's what I think we are doing.
Well, yeah, it's a noble cause. You needed to get after the giants and put a stop to them and rescue the villagers or the population at some point that they'd stolen. But our task was just important. We have found a Thessalonian Rosetta Stone, so to speak. It will allow us to translate any Thessalonian we come across. And well, if our suspicions are correct and that the giants are trying to find Thessalonian relics, that's a very important piece of information that we need.
What, the foundation stone?
The foundation stone that was in Sandpoint, yes.
And the dragon took it.
I don't believe the dragon did take it, no.
Silik mentioned that it swooped down on the way out and grabbed
with a stone.
And he saw it taking a big stone with it.
Okay, right. Well, that is. So we need to find the dragon as well as the giants, then.
The giants are all outside.
We know where the
They're
giants
easy to
are.
find.
Why are they outside and not in here? This is weird. Is are all the structures giant-sized in here?
There's a few buildings which are giant-sized. The towers that surround you are not giant-sized, but they are giant.
Okay, they're just like skyscrapers.
Maybe they just wanted to get a little bit of sun. You know, a little bit of vitamin D, vitamins C and A. Not vitamin B, though.
No, you gotta go somewhere else for that.
Yes.
I'm pleased with your optimism, but I don't believe that's the reason.
Well, I say, Zamba, come here. I need some help. Would you kindly assist?
Yes, of course.
My quill is broken. Have you got another one?
Well, I don't know. Let me check.
Can you not just get a feather out of the harpy?
Yeah. I suggest a harpy quill.
Yes.
I mean,
thank you. Yes, very good. Thank you.
A harpy quill would be pretty cool.
Black. That's very nice and quite apt, considering we are in the Horgenfist, aren't we? Did you know where we are? Horgenfist. Yes.
Yeah, Jorgenfist.
Yes, is it not pronounced Jorgenfist?
I don't. Is it? I don't
think so.
I've read this Horgenfist many times. I don't think it's called Jorgenfist.
We met a giant who disagrees.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I will make a few corrections. Zamba? Would you kindly remind me to make some corrections?
Oh, of course.
Yes, I don't believe in Zamba.
Do you guys want to get me caught up a little bit? The professor was telling me a little bit about your stories, but truthfully, I was too busy reading and I wasn't really listening. I'm sorry, Professor. Please don't be mad at me. But I've been...
As long as you're doing your homework, Zamba, I do not mind. We have a lot of Thessalonian to learn. You're my number one pupil, aren't you? Yes. Well,
yes,
Professor Elias has not been too shabby. I do actually quite like his support. Don't I, Professor Elias?
Yes, you do like my support.
Yes, and one day, Zamba, you will be a professor too.
well,
I'm not quite
those
sure.
are big shoes to fill. Or I guess small shoes. I don't really know.
Indeed. Anyway, I'm going to... There's some interesting glyphs on this door. I'm going to have a look, okay? I'm going to take some sketches and some rubbings and some notes.
It's gonna like activate a glyph of like that explodes or something. Like...
You see him walk over to the big tower that's you're right next to is the one with all the kind of sharp crenellations sticking out of it. There's huge double doors. Not giant size, just huge. Like 12-foot tall double doors.
Just have interest. Has a professor ever got himself in trouble? You know, curiosity kills the cat type thing.
Well, let's take it easy there. Yikes!
They're close to home.
Yikes. I got 9 lives, but I don't really want to be throwing them around like that. Let's relax a little bit.
No, it's just a saying where I'm from. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course, like the cat in the bag one. I keep telling you guys about. You never believe me.
Yeah. Sorry. We don't have tabaxis where I live. Yeah, maybe we should help him out. But do you want to catch up, Zamba?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it seems as though we're a little pressed for time. So if you guys want to like cliff notes it for me, I'll make sure I pay like super good attention.
How short?
Dragon and stone giants attacked Sandpoint, and they took a stone with the dragon, and they mentioned the home in a previous episode of this adventure. We had an altercation with another giant who said the giants were coming back and they were going to take the land that they once owned, and that they came from Jorgenfist. And now we're here in Jorgenfist, ready to combat the giants who want to take back the land which happens to contain Sandpoint.
We
So
keep
has
finding
anybody,
references to Zanisha.
Has anybody just tried talking to them?
What, the giants?
We tried to talk to the first guy. He didn't seem to... given that they'd been enslaved for centuries by the Thessalonians, they didn't seem up to too much for negotiations.
Okay, well that makes sense. I was just thinking about the story that I read once where like the bear was out and he was like very, very mad, and someone was like, oh, he's got a thorn in his paw, and the bear was nice again. So I didn't know if maybe the giants had a thorn in their paw, you know?
I think we might be the thorn in their paw, as in smaller folk.
That's
no good
insects, they call us.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a term of endearment.
So are we gonna go kill all of them?
No, just the leader, McMurrian.
Okay, so how do we get by all the big ones to get just to the leader?
Valid
Well,
question.
We're inside, the giants are outside. I figured you was inside because you'd successfully managed to sneak in to find McMurrian. I'm guessing now that my assumptions were incorrect.
Well, we successfully managed to sneak in because we
We successfully enacted a plan.
Yeah.
We basically bumbled our way in.
Shh, don't tell him that, Tolkus.
It's fun.
Yeah,
The truth is always fun.
We went into a cave. That
got
was
kidnapped
not.
by a
It was
spider.
not. It was not the front door. It wasn't the primary. We went a secondary way, which we thought of, and then went in this cave and came here. Got here.
Yes. Anyway, wait. Maybe the giant leader is in here, and his army just waits outside the wall or something. Maybe we should go look in the Black Tower.
And we don't see anything else around in the area. It's just a big open.
It's a big open courtyard. There are several buildings. About 9 foot away, you can see an entrance to a pit. A huge pit has been dug into the middle of the ground. But there's no other movement.
Can I look down the pit?
Okay, you have to go over there first. But
Yeah, for sure.
Professor Quint calls out to Elias. Elias, good fellow, is have you seen this before?
Have I seen what before?
Well, the tower. Look, the tower.
No, I've not been to York Fist before.
See, I was when we got here, I was looking at the wall because there's a certain amount of stuff over there. It's quite interesting. It's very old, but not this. This tower is Thessalonian. Can you imagine the wonders we'll find inside? And I don't know why, but this wall seems to have been built not exactly around it, but part of it. I don't know. It just boggles the mind.
So the wall to the area has been built into the tower.
No, not exactly. I don't know. Let's find out.
Yes. I'm intrigued to find a way in.
Get your big help. He'll tell him to open the door.
What do you mean into?
What do you mean into?
Well, the tower built into the walls.
No, I didn't say that. He said that.
Oh.
Tokus is going to start wandering off towards the Black Tower.
Look, it's very simple. See, this tower, very old.
I'm just going to hold her up back.
These walls, not as old as the tower.
Just let me at it. Let me at it.
Do you want me to cast electric arc? I can do it. I'll do it for you.
Is there a door at the bottom of the tower?
As I've said, one of the strongest members of the team. I'll get him.
This is what happens when you believe in deities. Okay? This is what happens.
Okay,
I'll show
exactly
you deities.
Why we don't.
Okay, Professor, that's fine. You won't want any healing if you get injured from Rob. Not a problem. You don't believe in his deities. We understand. That's fine.
Okay.
I think we should take the path of least resistance and go to the tower.
How could
My thoughts exactly.
Do either of you professors know how to cast like any sort of, concealment, any invisibility, some quieting stuff? We're in a big open courtyard. Maybe if anyone's inside the tower, they're watching.
Well, I don't know. I think when we arrived, it wasn't that little one screaming, and that one was running off.
Oh yeah, I guess you guys kind of blew it, huh?
Picked him up.
Look,
he's just laying there.
Look, your entrance wasn't subtle either. Calm down.
Oh, that's the name of your sex,
No. It wasn't subtle, but we appeared somewhere else. It was a distraction.
Oh, this is all very interesting, but Tokus is trying the door at the tower now. While everybody's talking, he's just like off in the background in the distance, sort of trying the door handle, see if the big door on the front of the tower opens.
It does, quite easily.
Pokes his head inside, has a quick look around.
So, the tower that you've opened the door to is not like the other towers that compose part of this fort. Its architectural style is far more intricate and ancient. See, the professor was right. Not Elias. In appearance, bearing similarities to many of the other ancient monuments that dot the Rizian landscape. This is also made of black stone, but decorated with various gargoyles at the top. The tower's walls are streaked with thick lichens and moss. However, it's about twice as high as all the other towers. Basically dominating the view. The Black Tower seems to have the one entrance, which is this large stone double doors. And as you go to open them, you put your hand on the handle, and it just gently swings open to your touch.
Like it's WD-40'd?
Yep. As you stick your head in, it's dark. It is lit. There are like sconces around the corner. It's got a low flame in each one. The tower, weirdly, even if you've just stuck your head in, is colder inside than it is outside. And bear in mind, you're in the mountains, but it's colder inside the room than it is out in the courtyard. You then notice, as you kind of look around, you notice the floor, and there is a thin glitter of frost. So the light of the doorway that's coming in, and then you can notice it, the whole floor, it's all kind of marbled floor, huge circular room, has this coating of frost. Just like on a outside of a tub of ice cream.
Well, now I want ice cream, that's not fair. So Toka's going to turn around and shout at the others, "Hey guys, this door is open. I say we go in. I hope you bought your cold weather gear."
Oh yeah, I guess the element of surprise is totally gone, huh?
I'd say so, yeah.
Oh, don't worry, if we encounter anyone, I will let you say surprise.
How hurt does Harrison look right now?
Harrison, have you woken up yet?
No, I've been asleep all of this time.
I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up anymore.
I've missed all of this conversation and just walk in, just almost as if nothing's happened, and is now involved in the conversation. But you do see that Harrison is very well bloodied, and he looks a bit pissed off.
All right, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder and say, "Hey, it's all right, buddy. Cheer up a little bit, okay?" And I'm gonna hit you with a heal, but I'm gonna heighten that a little bit for you.
Ooh, thank you. Is it one of those Rup style ones that does damage first?
No, not that one.
It's just when he's not going to hit you with the heel. It's like I'm so used to you going Rup.
You could do a Mr. Miyagi Karate Kid rub on me.
I'm gonna heighten it to 5 and heal you for 28 health.
Ooh, thank you.
Nice.
You think you're better than me, don't you?
Me? No way. I'm just trying to hype you guys up. You guys need a hype man.
Professor types, God's sake.
You see Professor Quint just hurry on past Tolkus, and as he steps into the room.
Don't slip.
Don't slip. Why? I see. Yeah.
The floor is rather frosty.
What's your name, Bulkus? Can I have your arm, please? Could you assist?
No, I actually hold out the handle of my axe for him to hold on to. And then sort of like, then I step in and I'll use my steady balance to make sure that I don't slip over, basically.
Sure. I see. Oh, this is a rather nice weapon.
Just hold on tight, you might fall over.
Okay, yes. It is rather cold in here. And you can see now, as you both stepped in, your air coming out of your mouths is now cloudy.
So while we're waiting for everyone else to come in, I'll scan around the room, see if I can see anything out of the ordinary.
Do a perception check for me, please.
Oosh. Oh, that's rubbish. That is a total of 22.
Okay. You don't see anything it's just a round, empty chamber. There's a flat roof, flat ceiling, because then it would go up into different levels. There doesn't seem to be any access points. There's no stairs. There's no doors. It's just a round chamber. The only door way in and out is the one behind you. However, the professor's going around. Look at that! Look at this! Look at that! There are various glyphs and symbols all over, and then you realise that underneath the frost, the tiles make a pattern. They seem to be leading you to the centre of the floor.
Okay.
And the professor stumbles a few times, but manages to kind of still.
Professor, I suggest we wait for everybody to get in here first.
Okay, but tell them to hurry. Yes. This is remarkable. Have you seen this stuff before? I mean, God, can you imagine? We might be the only people to have seen it in 10,000 years.
Oh, what did you say?
I said, we might be the only people to have seen this in like 10,000 years. It's just mind-boggling. Maybe he's narcoleptic. Who knows? Anyway, Zamba, get in here.
Professor, I'm coming. I was just catching up, and I was healing our friends here. He just fell from the sky with all those big bird ladies.
They're called harpies.
Well, yeah, I know that, but sometimes you gotta be visual with your words.
Okay, where's the other one? Where's the blue one? Where's Elias?
Yes,
He
I'm
was
here,
under
Professor.
my feet somewhere.
Come on.
Okay,
Look,
what have you found? I'll go over and take a look at the centre of the room.
Look, I found a floor. You see?
Yes.
You see? This is look. Be careful now. Be careful where you step.
I'll take a look at the floor, please.
Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
I can make a reflex saving throw, yes.
I use shared avoidance, you get +2.
Sorry, I'll wait.
That is a 30, bang on the nose.
Okay, no, you pass. You go. Your feet go out underneath you, but you manage to kind of style it out.
Okay.
You don't slip on your ass.
Since Zamba doesn't wear shoes, can I just use my toe claws to help
Yeah,
dig
you
in
can do
a little
that.
bit?
But the floor is cold.
That's okay.
Elena, she's gonna look up at the tower before she goes in, and just go, I wonder what this stone can tell me. And she is going to cast Stone Tell.
Okay.
Which lasts for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I can ask questions of and receive answers from natural or worked stone. While the stone's not intelligent, you can speak with the natural spirits of the stone, which have a personality coloured by the type of stone. As well as the type of structure the stone is part of, worked stone. Its perspective, perception and knowledge give it a worldwide view which is different from humans, so they don't consider the same details as important. And they can mostly answer questions about creatures that touched them in the past and what's concealed beneath or below them.
Okay, so is it a roll?
There is no roll.
Okay.
You just talk to it.
I just start talking to the wall.
Touch the stone and ask a question.
Because they're black stones, are they like emo stones?
with green lichens.
Oh, who's this? Like,
what do you want, man?
yeah.
When was the last time someone went in here?
Okay.
That's a bad question because stone can't tell time.
How many moons has it been, or how many suns?
How many sunrises?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear back in your mind. You hear back an answer. It's not so much words, more pictures, and you see an image of You see an image from the inside. Imagine a camera.
Mm-hmm.
You see the door open. The door's open, and you see Tolkien and the professor walk in.
That's fair. That was a bad question.
That's a very good answer, though. I wouldn't have thought about that.
No, I wouldn't have. Fair enough. Who walked in? Who were the people who were here before those?
You see mental images. Again, the camera's in the same position inside the chamber. However, in the chamber, you see the harpies.
Okay. So this is where the harpies were. Okay, I might be back for a bit later.
See,
But
see if
thank
you
very
can
much.
see if you can get an image of how big it is, or if there's any hidden doors or something like that. Are there any secret chambers?
I'll lean around the door and go, this might have been the harpy's nest, be careful. And then I will go back and ask that. So where are there any hidden
What's hidden
chambers?
beneath you, or
Are there any hidden chambers in this tower?
You see a picture again. Imagine the camera in the same position in this main round chamber, and it's almost as if it's a bird. It changes from that position facing the door to being on the ceiling, looking directly down. And in this view, there's no frost on the floor.
Okay.
And you see the patterns of the tiles are concentric rings, and in the middle is a square.
Okay. So can we move around the room then? Take a look at the concentric circles. Have they got? Can we try and clear the frost away so we can see them?
Yeah, if you wish. Yeah.
Have they got anything written in them?
Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
That is a 35.
Okay, you passed. Again, you kind of move out, but every now and then you realise you've got no grip under your feet, and you slide, but you manage to catch yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll clear some frost away and see if I can reveal some of the concentric circle.
Yeah.
And then try and find symbols or glyphs or something, and see if they match anything we've got on this translation template. Is it written in Thessalonian, where we could try and figure out if it's protected with magic?
Okay. These aren't words, these are shapes and patterns. So you clear enough away, and you can clearly see that the tiles are actually made in this colour. So there are white tiles, which is the plain floor, and these concentric circles are very well placed coloured tiles to make this pattern.
Does anybody have any like fire or anything? Maybe we can melt some of this ice, or like get some of the frost off of it to clean it up a little bit.
There are kind of sconces around. They've just got very kind of small burning flames.
That's a good idea.
Take a step back, and I'll cast Burning Hands from my greater staff of fire, please.
Okay. So you step back, make a reflex saving throw, please.
I'm not taking a step back. I'm saying
everyone else take right.
Yeah, because
so
I'm about to unleash an inferno of flame in the room.
Rup, Yelena, Harrison.
I'm not even in the room. I'm not even in the room.
Okay.
I'm with the
Yelena.
No, I don't think I am.
You're still
either.
outside.
Yeah.
I think everyone was outside
Harrison.
except for us, wasn't they?
I'll be with everyone else basically, other Tolkus and.
I'm inside.
Okay, I would be with Tolkus, so.
Okay, so make a reflex saving throw, please.
Nat 20.
Yay!
He kind of does that whole like.
I reckon he slid across on purpose.
He catches himself. Okay.
He starts singing.
Right, so you start burning the frost
Yep.
away. You get a nice.
Turn it into a sauna.
Yeah. You get a nice kind of satisfying with everything. The floor is covered in mist. And you can see that the central square is actually some kind of trapdoor.
Awesome. Okay, I would like to search that door then, please, using perception check to make sure that it's not trapped or anything.
Okay.
All of the ice is gone now?
Yeah. There's still ice around
Everybody-
the edges, but the central pattern is all clear.
Okay.
38 perception check.
You're fine. It does not trapped at all. It's a simple ring-bound trapdoor.
I will attempt to lift it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I will attempt to lift it.
Okay. So you go to lift it, It's a kind of embedded brass ring. So you lift up the ring, you go to tug it. There's a little bit of resistance, and then you hear like crack, as the last remaining frost cracks underneath. You notice the mist that's on the floor where you've been burning all the frost gets sucked in the trapdoor as you lift it up, and it comes away quite cleanly. It's quite a big, heavy door, but it seems to have no weight in it as you lift it up, and then it kind of snaps into place vertical, so you can go in there, and then you can clearly see they're quite steep, quite narrow, but steps going down and then kind of going round into a curve into the darkness below.
So
the steps are frosty.
The symbols on the floor, they're just shapes. Like, does it look like it could be like any sort of written language?
No, these are just shapes.
Okay. I'm going to make my way down the stairs.
Okay. Reflex saving throw, please.
I'm going to go towards the door and be like, hey, everybody, you guys can, like, come on in now. The professor's cleaned up some of the ice. Just be careful on your way in. And then also, and then I think at that point I probably hear the professor go, ooh.
Yeah. That is a 40.
Oh, nice.
You take the first step and you're a little bit gingery, and then you're like, ooh. And then you take the second, and then you start to realise there's no handrail. And on the third step, you kind of, your feet, like, to either side of the stairway, and your hands go out to steady you. Okay. It's going to be a bit dicey, but you think you're under control.
So it's like a spiral staircase in a narrow corridor.
Yeah.
Would that be fair to say?
Imagine, tower staircases in a castle. Very narrow, very steep, and if you put frost on them, they're going to be really slippery, and there's no way to stop. So,
Elias, can you melt the frost on the stairs?
I can, but I was more thinking, like, where's the fun in that?
I'll be fine.
I was actually thinking that how I could basically slide down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Using acrobatics. But,
if you had if you had stone shape, you could make the stairs into a slide.
I could, yeah. But yeah,
Tolkers, can you use your force shield?
Oh, I'd slide down it.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun, but I'm not sure if that's going to work.
Well, I could get on your back and we'll...
Yes.
Meanwhile, there's a dragon at the bottom with its mouth wide open.
Yeah,
it's like, whee!
Would you allow me to do something, Dave?
You can always try, yeah.
Okay, so what I would like to do is cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
So exactly as Rupp was just suggesting, to create this hand of force to go face down on the stairs. I'm then going to sit on the hand, the Mage Hand, and cast Produce Flame. And as I slide down the stairs going, whee! I'm going to have my Produce Flame out the back and melt the ice behind me so that everybody can walk down safely.
Okay.
Brilliant.
You go down about three circles, and then smack, boom, into a solid double door.
Okay. I'll take that.
Is there anything straight up?
The ceiling. Okay.
Un momento.
Por favor.
He's waiting for his comedic timing.
Oh no.
He's got to go and spit his beer out.
What's happened?
He's tangled up in cables.
Like a Laurel and Hardy sketch.
I'm worried about his teeth.
We need his Benny Hill music.
I realised I was just tying myself up again. And I was like, I can't get out. Sorry, too much beer. Right. That's up in the main chamber or downstairs?
What is up?
No,
On
so
the ceiling?
it's just a flat ceiling.
How high up though? Like way to the top of the tower, or just right above us?
So it's about the next floor. So the doors were about 12 foot tall. The ceiling height is about 20 foot high. It's a big, empty chamber. It's not domed. It's just a flat ceiling of the next level above. So Steve, Elias, you go down 3 times, and then smack into 2 double doors.
Focus will follow.
Okay.
I'll be going down as well.
Yeah, I'll go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, gonna stay with my friends.
Yep. Oh, where's everybody going? This is so interesting. Shall I wait here? Everybody?
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, yes, please, Professor. Yes, but we'll call you down when it's safe.
Well, I don't quite like it up here on my own.
But Professor Elias, what if we find some very old things? Don't you feel a little bad that Professor Quinn can't see them?
Oh, well, we'll call him down. We'll just make sure the room's empty first. Yeah, I can message him and he can come straight down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll clear away. Yeah.
Just want to make sure it's safe for him.
I'll come down slowly, Zamber, okay?
Yeah,
just
sure,
letting you know.
Go
Everything's
one step at
safe
a
here.
Can I cast locate on and pick the foundation stone?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's within 500 feet, I'd be able to know which direction it is.
Yes.
Which direction?
Down.
Down. Okay. Cool. I just go, it's down to everyone.
Anything in
We're
particular?
heading the
Rob?
right way then.
Yeah, we're just reminder that dragon.
Yes, dragon. We'll have to bring our A game for that one. I'd like to check out the door, please, with perception check. That is a 23.
Okay. It's 2 double doors. They look quite old and rotten. Don't particularly look anything special about them.
Okay. I will push them open.
Okay, as you open them and push them, they seem to... It opens, easy enough, but it seems to bang on something. It doesn't even like go an inch. It seems to hit something on the other side.
Okay. Atolkus, I'm afraid I can't push these doors anymore. There seems to be something behind them. We might need to apply some brute strength if you and Harrison wouldn't mind giving it a go.
Sounds like fun.
Yep, I'll give it a good push.
What do you want, an athletics check, Dave?
Yes, please.
Athletics, well, that's a good one. Me too.
Do you want me to roll as well, Dave?
Go on now. You can take a door each.
Okay, so I'm really trying really hard with a 21 in total.
I rolled a 35 total.
So you both shoulder barge into the doors as best you can. Tolkus, you get your door open more easily. Harrison, you kind of barge into it. You do get it open, but just not as far as Tolkus.
I do that thing where I'm pushing on it and my legs are like going really fast and it's yeah.
Tolkus is like heaves it open.
Do we get them open enough that we can poke our heads through and see what's stopping them?
It seems to be almost like snow and ice, piles of snow and ice just behind the door, and you're just pushing it open, and then you can just feel. I mean, it was cold upstairs. This is cold. It's very cold inside.
Have we found the back door to Narnia?
What's this, Narnia?
Narnia.
It is a place up near where I am from. It is very cold.
Oh, okay. Must be cold if you think it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see the dragon? Did Silex see the dragon? Did he describe the dragon to you?
We all saw it.
We all saw it. It was flying up above the town of Sandpoint.
Are you feeling okay, Elias?
Yes. Yeah, perfectly fine. What colour was the dragon, in case I might have forgotten?
I think it was red, wasn't it?
I can't actually remember.
Someone do a history check.
You actually have to.
It was young.
It was dark. It could have been any color. It just looked black to me.
Okay. Well, if the dragon has the foundation stone and we're going down, we could be going to its lair. So I guess we need to stay alert from now on.
We did see the dragon in daylight, didn't we?
Yeah.
The raid on Sandpoint was during the day, yeah.
So what colour was the dragon? Because I don't think we'd forget something like that.
I know, but you all seem to be forgetting something like that.
Yeah. It's too busy killing giants and dire bears.
You hardly mentioned it, Dave. I mean, come on.
I know. I mentioned it
on
twice.
purpose.
No, it was a cold dragon. Because it cast kind of cold or something. Because I can remember thinking, well, kind of cold useless here.
Okay.
I think, maybe.
It was a big lizard-looking thing with wings.
It was
Okay.
scary. And there were giants.
I'm glad I've got this cold rune on my armor.
My thesis is that we're descending into Dragon's Lair.
Happy
Moving
days.
straight for it.
I will prove your hypothesis.
Hello everyone! I couldn't wait upstairs. It got rather lonely. Some strange noises. Anyway, did you hear the whispers as well? I mean,
Professor,
let's go.
We have a great hypothesis. We're descending into a dragon's lair.
Oh, fantastic! A real dragon. Wow. Oh, have you seen the? There's rumors of treasure in the dragon's lair.
I've heard the rumors, yes, but I may suggest just as a precaution that you go in there last.
Oh, okay. I'm bringing up the rear, so to speak. This is adventuring lark. No wonder you're all wearing so much japes. I do enjoy this. Okay. Right. Carry on then. You're at the door.
Okay.
Elena's just going to pat Ruff on the shoulder. Very well done for not telling him to go.
Just to point out there, everybody. I mean, you may have already thought of this, but it's just the first thing that came to my mind. Is if this is a dragon's lair, aren't those doors a little bit too small for a dragon? Just my 2 gold pieces.
Well, we did see a big hole outside.
Ah, yes. Very true. Okay.
Nicely done, Rob.
And we are descending, so that kind of makes sense.
That is also true.
Okay, I go through the door.
Okay, and we'll see what happens after the break. We're going to take a quick 5 minutes there. Just so we can do a bio break, grab some snacks. I got some snacks. I got some chocolate.
It's time for pee-pee.
Now, spend your PP coins wisely. Right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we are going to talk to Ryan and see what's going on with Session 0. Clothing.
Woohoo!
In a bit.
Right, see you in a bit. I'm going to leave you with some Beetle and Grim. Bye.
Hi. Welcome to the Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse Shopping Network. Shipping Goblin Bob here is going to tell you all about our new Platinum Edition. It's my favorite.
Thanks, George. Friends, are you tired of putting a cat, a flask of poison, and a source of radiation into a sealed box and having to settle for a cat that's dead or alive? Well, Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse has the product for you. Introducing the Schrodinger's Cat Platinum Edition. With the Schrodinger's Platinum Box, you can have both versions of your pet at the same time. Free yourself from objective collapse and enjoy a cat that simultaneously exists in 2 decoherent realities. It's time for atomic indeterminacy to enter the macroscopic domain. It's time for Schrodinger's Cat Platinum Edition.
Yeah. She's totally dead. But totally alive.
only from Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. Simultaneously available and sold out now.
Hello, we're back. Ryan's here. Elias is here. I'm here.
Everyone else left.
Yep, and everyone else is gone. But we don't need them anyway. It's the three professors taking down a dragon.
Yeah,
in a
bring it
dragon's
on.
lair.
Bring it on.
Three wizards. That'd be interesting. Three wizards versus a dragon.
And fire versus ice. Just go for it.
Right, cool. Right, so if you have a question, we got a few questions coming. If you've got a question for Ryan at Session Zero Clothing, he does a whole range of RPG themed, or just basically cool t-shirts. But you got the Session Zero, which is a 0d20, and you got the X. Very, very cool t-shirts. So if you have any questions, and Ryan will be doing a giveaway after the chat. Cool, let us know. So Ryan, just kind of, you now have a new stream, which we were talking about ages back. I mean, we started Runelords back in August. You are our first kind of normal, general public, creative designer, artist kind of person who was out there doing stuff. You were the first person we had on, not just for this stream, but also for Tomb of Annihilation as well. How does it feel to be back? What you up to? What's the new stream doing? How you been?
I've been all right. Definitely better the past couple months. But no, I've been just kind of hanging out. The new stream is a lot of fun. And I don't remember the other two questions you asked, but kind of just hanging in there. Yeah, no, I had the mockery shirt that I was promoting back in September. With Dylan from Cantina 13. He was in the chat a little while ago. Mm-hmm. We still haven't released that because he's still working on some Cantina 13 stuff before we can actually push that out. So that should be hitting the store soon. But pretty much right after I was on with you guys, I was started to think more about streams in general and everything. And I was like, oh, what if we did one? You know, like what if we just started doing it? And Dylan and I were talking about it back in October. And I had him come up with some ideas, and we got a name for it, and I spent way too long making a bunch of overlays for it and getting artwork done and getting font made for it, just to have it unique. And finally we started recording, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been like this little mystery thing, and it's a lot of role play, not very much dice rolling, not very much D&D, but it's been a lot of fun roleplay, and uh, it's been exciting. It really has been, and I don't think Dylan gives himself enough credit. But if he's still watching, it's a lot of fun.
It was good. I joined the other night. It was quite fun. I've been having the mid-level crisis on in the background sometimes when I'm doing some prep.
Yep.
And it's really nice to kind of see just watching other people we've kind of met and doing their own thing. It's like, yeah, that's good. That's a nice idea. I like that. That's cool. And just finding out these new characters, because I've only seen you as like Zamba.
Yeah.
And as Bullman. But it was
Greg.
yeah. But it was really nice to see that, because we were talking about you doing a stream way back before Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's nice to kind of see that actually going ahead. You're doing it weekly. Is it weekly?
It's every other week.
Right.
Everyone's got some stuff going on, so we didn't want to do too much. But we've been talking about doing some other streams during the week of like different things, like talking about D&D, maybe like playing actual like games. Like a lot of people are playing like Among Us or Phasmophobia, things like that. Just like hang out for a little bit and play and just have fun and laugh and throw it up on a stream.
I'm getting beeps, but I'm using my phone as the camera behind me. Steve,
I'm going to ask my question first. So, because Dave is well known on this channel for mangling names anyway. But I keep going to say midlife crisis as well. So, where did the name mid-level crisis come from?
So we were
because you're nowhere near midlife crisis age.
Well, I just turned 30 back in January, and I feel like my life's already falling apart. So we're getting there, I think.
Oh, the young.
But no, it was we came from like 7-0, for example, is a hardcore music themed D&D thing. That was my whole thing. And Dylan, he's pretty much same background, and my friend Dane, who's in mid-level crisis, same background. So it was a lot of, I think, teen angst. We were like, oh man, we're only 20, but it feels like we're going through a midlife crisis already. But we just wanted something fun, something funny, and something that also sounded like a role-playing name. And we didn't want to have like, Roll20 Squad, or like Band of Badgers is cool. Like I like Band of Badgers a lot. And that also opens it up to like more than just Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? So we wanted something that was like role-playing, but not just Dungeons and Dragons, or whatever comes after this first campaign that we're doing.
Yeah. It's a cool name. That's why I asked where it come from. That's a cool story. I like that. So Sean has asked, are the tank tops back in stock now? Because he's probably the only person that is going to be wearing a tank top anytime soon.
Well, we had 60. We were almost 70 degrees out today. It was awesome.
We might have had 6 or 7 degrees out today.
Tank tops are not back in stock yet, but it is starting to get warmer. So I actually do have a brand new design that I have ready to go. I have to order it, and I have another one getting drawn up. So I'm going to have some new shirts coming up soon. I'm going to throw some tank tops on there because they sold out very, very fast last summer. So I'm going to get those out early and get ahead of the summer months.
You won't be able to show a picture, but can you tease what they are?
The one that I have the actual design for already is like a dice goblin. Everyone was really, really excited about the Cublet shirt, so I wanted to do like another cute design like that. So I have this adorable little goblin that's just like got a whole handful of dice, and he's wearing like his goblin leathers and a little hat on, and he's just like really, really excited, like, look at all my dice. I'm really excited for that one.
The cub seems to be very well. Is that your bestseller? The Cublet was very well received.
The tank top is definitely the bestseller. That went so fast. But right after that is the cublet. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the cublet, but not on. I've got my Schrodinger's cat on to do. So no, I'll wear my cublet next week because
No, Beetle and Grimm's definitely has some good shirts. I totally support that.
well, and you were supposed to be on next week because I didn't realise you was going to be on this week. I wasn't make sure it was claimed made aware. But yeah, I'll wear my couplet next week because I love that shirt. I love the colour on that as well. That's really nice blue.
Awesome, thank you.
Now, Ipsy has asked, and I don't know why she's asking, if you do the husky range, the larger sizes, because Ipsy does not lead larger sizes.
As of right now, we only go up to 2x, just because they do get more expensive to produce. And since I am still like a smaller business, I'm not stocking too many sizes, just because I want. But hopefully once I start getting a little more traction, once COVID starts to get out of here, then I will be able to get more sizes and hopefully more sizes of everything and get a full restock in and get everything ready to go. Get conventions going.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We're definitely missing the whole conventions. Are you hoping to? Is that what you're hoping to do? Is get?
Yeah.
Is a convention opening up coming soon for you in the States?
Well, I signed up for one, a local one last year, like last February, and it was supposed to happen, I think, in March, and it got pushed back and then pushed back again, and then I just got an email yesterday saying they're gonna go forward, I think, in November. So, you gotta wait until then.
Ipsy's upset with you.
I've just been told I should have said Thickums, not the husky range. I was trying to be polite, so I'm just going to say it. Do you do Thickums sizes?
Not doing Thickums sizes yet. I'm sorry, FC, but I will work on the Thickums sizes for you and anyone else that needs or wants or whatever Thickums sizes.
There's a few bits going on as well. We're trying to get. We're not sure what's happening in the UK in terms of conventions, but we definitely need to get to a few. I mean, as you know, since we started this, we've been talking to more and more companies, and we're trying to arrange some companies to come over here to the UK, and that we could help and support them. But it would be good if you can ever get over here, Ryan.
I would love to. You have no idea. I've always wanted to go over, and now I have more reasons to go.
We said it at, I think it was a Christmas special, we said it. Or it might have been a drunk after party, we said it.
It was one of those, yeah. We
get a few people over. Are you coming? So, I don't know if I can't remember if we've announced it yet. I can't remember yet. We'll have to announce it tomorrow.
Careful.
We'll announce it tomorrow. But,
spoilers.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is yes, I believe so.
Cool, good. Dylan said he couldn't, but yeah, it's cool that you can.
I'll get him.
Well, the way you won't announce it, you're going to talk about it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, skirt around it, but don't say it.
Here's my secret handshake.
Yeah.
It's like going into part of a rogue and they're just completely speaking thieves' cant for the entire evening.
Sometimes it has to be done. There are, agreements in place. There are NDAs. We got to everything. Right. So, where was I? I can't remember. No, we're not. Right. Okay. If you've got any more questions, just write them in. I can't. The phone's going mad, and I can't use that one because it's going off. So we're trying to do as many questions as we can.
I saw a few in the chat, but I'm trying to pay attention to you and not read the chat.
No, that's fine. But Ryan, we have a giveaway. Would you like to tell people what the giveaway is?
So I realized in doing a couple giveaways in the past that giving away a specific shirt wasn't everyone's deal. So I figured I would just give away a voucher. So I'm going to give away $35 to the Session Zero store to get whatever you want.
Oh,
$35 should hopefully cover everything there. I think the most expensive thing I have is the zero crew neck, and that is 35. So you would just probably pay shipping or whatever tax. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. How does it work? I forget.
No one knows.
So
does it work?
Let's Steve. Let's set up the magic word to be Zamba.
Zamba.
Yeah, give me
I've
2 seconds.
sometimes-
Well, thought Steve had frozen there for a
Yeah.
sec.
I was just going to say, sometimes Steve just moves like so slowly that you think he's
So
frozen.
quickly, it looks like I'm standing still. That's what it
Okay,
is.
so you need hashtag Zamba, not ABBA. Hashtag Zamba in live chat to win a $35 voucher.
Exclamation point.
Yeah,
Exclamation point.
Zamba. Exclamation Zamba.
I did actually have one more thing I just remembered.
Yeah. Sharon, you can go in as well if you want.
Can we go in?
Go on. Yeah.
No,
I don't believe you. It's a trap.
That'd be mean. I'll do that.
I saw Josh McGuire in the chat, and it reminded me. After the Christmas, the holiday special with you guys, I spoke with Wayne from Dungeon Crate, and I was able to have a whole conversation with him. We talked about doing some writing stuff, but I ended up doing a podcast interview with him for his Dungeon Crate podcast.
Cool.
And that I think I was right after Josh, so that should be the next episode that comes out.
Oh, cool.
I don't know when, but that should be the next one that comes out.
Cool. Yeah, you should let us know what. I'm getting loads of. Yeah. Let us know when it happens, and we can push it this end. It'd be good to know. How is it working out with Wayne at Dungeon Crate? Because he'll be on the same time. A couple of weeks.
What do you mean? How's it working out?
Doing the podcast, it has. Because when we spoke at Christmas, when we did the Christmas special, there was loads of we wanted to kind of network with people. Was there anything in there with Dungeon Crate? Was you able to get like t-shirts in there? Or is it not the right kind of product line?
So the t-shirts, won't work, and I don't think I'm gonna do like any discount codes or anything there because I didn't want it to feel like an advertising sort of thing. So I'm definitely gonna try to get some stickers in the box, and try to like maybe like make up like no. I can't remember. I have like a list in one of my notes of the things that we had talked about, but I know that shirts aren't gonna work. And like advertising material won't work. I gotta come up with a few ideas. I was thinking about trying to make some Session Zero campaign coins.
Oh, that would be cool.
I will try my best not to make them like a PP coin.
Yeah. Yeah, run it by several people who are going to turn it round before it goes out.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull the winner, and you got maybe 10 seconds, I don't know. And then Steve's going to pull the one-arm bandit. We're going to pick a winner. Last chance, what is it? Exclamation Zamba.
And if there was any other questions that I missed, if you want to just ask again in the chat, I suppose I'll try to type them in chat and answer you.
I've got a quick question, Ryan.
What's up?
Completely non-T-shirt related or Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or anything. How long have you been playing the guitar, and are you in a band?
So I played guitar. I started when I was 7 years old, and I got frustrated and stopped. And then I heard, I don't remember what song it was. I heard something, and I was like, I want to learn to play that. And I just started teaching myself. So I started playing. I properly started playing when I was like 10, and then I was in like 3 different bands. And my most recent one was called Artisan, and we have 3 CDs on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube.
Oh, cool! I did not know that. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well
it's
done.
like it's hardcore screaming, but then it's like melodic as well. So there's like a lot of clean singing and a lot of like rhythm sections, very powerful emotion music.
Cool. Was that enough time, guys?
More enough. Steve, pull the winner.
I've done it. I've pushed the button.
You will never
You
know.
will never know.
Well done.
Oh,
Well done, you'll never know.
Now I feel cheated.
You're gonna be in it to win it.
He
I
was
was
in
in
it
it.
to win it.
I mean, look,
I'll win less than what's his face. Who's the one who always complains he never wins
Mike.
anything but then does?
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike.
Never win nothing.
Never win nothing.
Never win nothing.
And I will pick it up. It's a lovely quality T-shirt. It's nice.
I just added size charts like last week or the week before.
Cool.
People were asking for those, so I was able to jump on and add some size charts.
Oh,
Cool.
Cool.
So,
Well done. You will never
all
know.
we need to do is find a drummer, a keyboard player, and a singer. Yeah, and we can do like a D&D hard rock metal / sort of band. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
I'll do rhythm guitar. You can do lead.
All right.
I'll bang the
We'll
saucepans.
I'll talk all over it. I'll stream it.
Yeah, you can be the manager, Dave.
Yeah, I'll be the producer. There we go. I can stream it. Right.
The networker.
Let's get back to the story. So, you are
Very cold.
very cold in this room.
Now that we're actually in the room, what can we see besides a lot of snow and frost and ice and stuff?
So, the door opens up. You've got two double doors. You manage to kind of bash them open to squeeze through as much as you can. The corridor immediately turns left. And down this corridor, it's very dimly lit. There are a number of areas which glow. There are kind of hanging lanterns. There's two at the far back walls, one to the left side. And you can see stalagmites and stalactites all over this chamber, all the way down this chamber, which ends at this kind of almost like a bowl area. And the middle piece in this bowl area, risen by a couple of steps, flanked by two huge candelabras, which are lit, but giving off very little light, is what looks to be some kind of carved sarcophagus, which is carved straight out of the stone. Would you like to see?
Yeah.
Would you like to see? I'll show you. So, let's see if this works. Here we go.
Like to see.
So, for those of you on Twitch, you can see it. Players, tune in on Twitch now and you'll be able to see it. So, on the left-hand side are the double doors that you have come in from. And as you turn left, you can see this corridor going up that ends in a kind of a bowl-shaped. You can see the stalactites and stalagmites. You can see the sarcophagus carved out of the stone and various other items.
Here it comes.
Getting Skyrim battle
So
vibes.
my locate
Dun,
still be
dun.
active, Dave.
Say that again?
My locate spell should still be active.
Well, that's fine.
Where is
It's-
it coming from?
Not coming from this direction. It's coming way off to the right through the solid rock.
Would we still be within the 10 minutes for my Stone Speak spell?
You can do that, sure.
I
The
would-
the one in the red outfit is Zamba. I don't have a catfolk sorcerer, and this one is the other professor, Professor Quint.
Quint.
Okay, if I've still got my Stone Speak, I would like to touch the wall and ask if there are any dangers in this room.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it doesn't just point at Tolkers.
You asking it? Are there any dangers in this room?
Yes.
It points at Tokus.
You get images of actually. Oh, double 15. Ooh. You get flashes of like a downpour of images like from the past 10,000 years of people being killed and slaughtered and maimed and everything. It's kind of horrifying to the point where you take 30 points of psychic damage as all these images pour into your head and leaving you with a huge headache. And you grab your head.
That was a
and
bad
scream.
idea. I should ask better questions. Was there any theme? Were there any similarities with the people being killed, or was it just general death?
No, it's all different kinds. They seem to be many don't even make it that far into the room, but it seems to be most of the deaths that have occurred in here were via the harpies.
Okay.
The harpies seem to be protecting the sarcophagus.
Okay. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I'm going to ask what's in the sarcophagus.
I was almost guaranteed that Elias was going to be the one to ask that, but you've surprised me there.
I'm asking the stone what's in the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
You received 2 things.
I was just wandering over to move the lid.
Okay. So as
Let's all walk
Elias
in.
is moving up to push the lid off, you get an image of green runes.
Okay.
And this time you also hear a voice.
Ooh.
And the voice says, "The green light."
And thanks to Twitcher for resubscribing for 6 months.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay.
And then Elias pushes the top off.
Does the green light mean anything to anyone? I will shout out.
Right, so Elias steps up and it's almost like it doesn't even feel heavy. You touch the top off and it just pushes back. And it's almost as if the frost on the lip just pushes it and it slowly glides away and then fumbles back. And inside you see a mummified corpse. Its legs have been bound together. It's rotted. The bandages aren't white anymore. They're black, they're grey, they're brown. And its arms are crossed over its chest. And inside the arms is this cylinder, kind of like a cylinder device, quite a big thing. And all over it are runes, green runes, that seem to glow.
I would like to use my innate magic to cast Detect Magic, please. What in the room detects as magic?
Okay. The mummified body, this cylinder device, the sarcophagus, the source of lights all around the room feels like magic.
Okay. I'll make a... Right, I'm going to use a new power. I'm going to touch both sides of my forehead with 2 fingers. I'm going to close my eyes, and in the centre of my forehead, a third eye opens up.
Ooh.
I'm going to use my sense of the arcane lords to try and seek hidden or hidden things. So I'm going to use that ability when I use my perception roll to see if the sarcophagus is trapped, because I want to take the cylinder thing out. I want to see if it's trapped.
Okay.
So that is a 32 on my perception check.
It is not trapped.
Then I will lift the cylinder out and hand it off to Zamba and the professor.
Okay, so as you go to touch it, the corpse's eyes open. They are glowing green.
Okay.
And where the bandages over his mouth are, his mouth pulls apart, and he exhales this green mist. Just comes pouring out of it and out over the top of the coffin, and across the steps is this green mist. Can you make me a fortitude saving throw, please?
You get a +2 from shared avoidance.
Shared avoidance.
Shared avoidance. So, like, I've got
Okay,
premonition avoidance.
That's a 28.
Okay. That is a fail.
Right. So. Okay. I'm not going to use my PP coin because that would be unfair after the event. I've failed.
Okay.
By the way, Zamba, you got the second hero point in the vote, and one of the players gets awarded the hero point for the first vote. Got 2 handed out. So there is an additional hero point for one of the players and one for you, Ryan.
Okay,
Well, thank you.
What I'll do is I'll roll a d6. Everyone is in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a 6. Harrison gets it.
Oh, well done.
You get an additional hero
Harrison.
point.
Well done, me.
Well done, you indeed. Right. Then you see, so all this gas pours out of his rotten mouth, and it kind of billows out the coffin and down across the steps towards everyone. Tolkus, it's coming towards you, but then you see this figure, kind of like float up, out, like as if he's sliding out of a bath. Rises up out of the coffin, and I will show you a picture of what he looks like. Bink. There he goes. His mouth is open, and you can hear Elias. You can hear him say, "The green light."
Okay, that's me not getting a sleep tonight.
Elias might have heard that, but I can't.
The green light, I think, was.
And you see this figure rise up above you there, sort of next to you.
Okay.
And everybody roll initiative, please.
All right, how do I do that again?
Perception.
Perception.
Cool. Perfect.
I like that. Look, I made hanging ones.
Hey, that is really good. You did.
Yeah,
That's
well
really
done.
cool.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that. Have they got lights on as well? They're just plainly very light blue.
No, they're just normal ones. But look, you can go all the way down there. See, the whole chamber.
No, because you've got the mummy on the screen at the moment.
Yeah, my stream just caught up with the
It'll
mummy.
catch
That's
up,
how,
it'll
that's how
catch
much
up.
of a delay there is.
Can I safely assume he's undead?
Like a whole minute and a half.
Safely.
You can assume whatever you like.
Very cool. Very cool.
Or am I going to have to make a religion check?
That is
Try-
lovely
try and
set
get
dressing
on.
there, Dave. Lovely
Yeah.
set dressing
Yeah,
there.
I like that.
Nice one. It is good.
As long as you got enough, you can see. There you go. You can see the layout. Right. So, we're starting in order. Yelena.
39.
39, blimey.
That was a waste of a natural 20.
Yeah. Elias.
3030.
Zamba.
Does 11 sound right?
No.
No.
Nope.
Not even if it was D&D.
I rolled a 5 and got a 6 in perception.
Yeah, I must have
No.
more than that in perception.
What's your wisdom score?
0. 10. Will 10 and 0 modifier.
Okay, so yeah, if you rolled a 5, it'd be 15 because you get the 10 for your level. Are you trained or expert in perception? Probably
Expert.
trained. Or you are expert. So you should get plus 16, so it'd be 21 in total.
Cool. Tolkus.
3 and 2, 32.
Good. Rup.
33.
Ooh. And Harrison.
29.
29. Forgot how to spell your name then. Oh. Right. Yelena, followed by Rup.
Okay, I'm just going to turn around and go, nope, do not like this. Leave Elias alone, and stretch out my hand and kind of pull it up from the floor and pull a spike up and cast Impaling Spike.
Okay.
So, could you make a reflex save, please?
Ooh, yes, I can.
Oh, I don't like it when you say it like that.
That is... Oh, it's a low one. It's 23.
Yep, that's a fail.
Okay.
So you take 8d6 damage. Whoops. Which is quite a bit, actually. 10, 20, 30 points of damage.
Wow. Cool.
And also he is impaled through a leg or another non-vital body part. If he's undead, it might just all be non-vital. I don't know.
Oh no, it's gone through my heart. I really needed that.
Oh, shame.
Okay, so it empowers him. He just kind of seems to be floating there. But he's anchored.
He's a floater.
If you like. He is a floater.
I'll say out to everyone, I have made you a target, please. Do your best.
Right, Rock followed by Tolkus.
Okay, I just raise my arms and just release a heal bomb on everyone. As I float slightly for a short moment in the air as this purple violet light emanates from me as everyone gets healed.
Boom!
I'd like you to make a fort save, please. He's undead.
29, 32.
Well, I thought you were saying 20 something. I was like, okay, that's fine, but my spell DC is 30, so not quite. So it's 10, 19, 27 plus 2. So everyone heals for 29 if they were damaged.
Thank you very much.
And he takes half that. So that is 14.
Yep. Cool.
And that is my 3 actions. That's me done.
Okay, Tolkus followed by Elias, please.
I think I am an action away from him, aren't I?
Yes.
Right, so
sorry, I also have the feat called Cremate Undead, so he takes 1d6 persistent fire damage.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Bonus! So,
go for it.
He takes another 2 fire damage and he will take another next turn.
Okay. Yep.
So Tokos will use 1 action to get to him. And then his remaining 2 actions to do a power attack on him with his great axe, which he tries swinging directly down through him.
Yep.
And that hits an armor class of 34.
34 hits.
So 30 exactly damage.
30 damage.
Yeah, exactly, and that is the end of my turn because power
Okay.
attack takes 2 actions.
Cool. Elias followed by Harrison.
Okay, I'd like to take a 5-foot step back, please, so I'm out of his threat range as I perceive it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to cast...
One sec. Tonka, did you stand in front of him?
Yeah, basically.
Could you also make a
to,
fortitude saving throw, please?
Yep, trying to distract him from Elias, because Elias is standing next to him, isn't he, I think?
He was. Now Elias is standing next to you, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's 19 on the dice. What was it? Fortitude?
Yep.
19 plus 21.
Ooh. 40. You passed. Well done.
Nice even 40.
Well done.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Elias, you step back.
Okay, so I'll take that 5-foot step back, please. So I'm out of his threat range. And then I'd like to cast a spell. And as I do so, I'm going to weave magical words into the following paragraph. Well, my big friend has stepped up here to fight you, and I feel it's a bit unfair. You know, you're carrying that tube. Why don't you give me the tube to hold while you fight Tolkus? You know, you're going to need every little help you can get. So I'm casting Dominate on him, please. And would you like to make a will saving throw?
I shall.
Will.
I got a natural 20 and a 2.
So 22 then.
I got 22.
Which is a fail.
That's
a fail.
That is.
It is a natural 20, so it, by definition of a critical success, if that is what a natural 20 is, the target is unaffected.
The target is unaffected. Also...
But that is 8 lower than what you need to pass my DC.
To pass it.
Damn it.
But as you cast that, you try to cast your will over his.
Yeah.
And not only does it fail, you get a bit of a blowback. You take it's only 4, but it's 4 psychic damage. He seems to be protected by something.
Okie dokie. Alright, that's my go over.
Okie dokie. Harrison, followed by me.
Okay, so I'm going to run up close to it and get him fighting distance. Is it? I'm assuming it's not flying; it's on the floor.
It's floating above the floor, but not off any distance. Yeah.
Is it considered airborne?
Not really. It's floating above the floor. 6 inches off the floor.
Okay. Double strike as per usual. So first attack will be a 37.
That hits.
And the one will be another with a higher number, so that will be both hitting. So let's roll attack. So 17 points of damage plus the 5 persistent for the first attack. And for the second attack, so I'm just trying to work out 12 points of damage for the second attack. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Each of those attacks, as you hit and slice with your swords, all it is kind of like just dust is coming out of him. You're ripping through the bandages. It's just dust.
Wow.
And then his go. His arms are still bound, both around this cylinder and himself, and they just kind of pull apart. So you got these wisps of bandages as he pulls his arms across, and he's going to hit Harrison.
Oh no.
I'm getting Mum Ra vibes now.
To the 30. How many? 36. 36. 37, 38. There's a 38 hit you. I think it does.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Ow. Again, level up dice. I hit high numbers every time. That's And then on these are Q workshop, always low numbers. I got a 10 and a 1 and a 2. So that's 13. That's 23 points of damage as this fist comes slamming out into your chest, and all you see is the dust, and it pushes you back 10 feet. And can you make a fortitude saving throw, please?
I can. Nat 20.
Ooh, well done.
Very nice.
Cool. Tolkus, he hits you next. I got a natural fucking one. The same thing. His fist reaches out, but misses. It's some reason he's kind of a bit bemused because it stops short. And then finally, Elias.
It's that Matrix style dodging.
Yeah. That is a 19. That is a 38. Does a 38 hit you? Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yes. That's 7 more than you needed.
Yeah. And those are all low numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 18 points of damage, Elias. As again, the fist slams out into you, knocking you.
Oh, I thought you hit me.
No, that was Elias.
Oh, sorry.
Knocking you 10
not.
feet.
I took a step back. Remember?
Yeah, but you're still within range. So where you were next to Tolkus,
right, okay.
he stepped next to you. You then stepped back where Tolkus was. You then.
No, I meant I stepped 5 feet further away from him, so I was outside his range for casting the spell. But it don't matter. That's fine. So he hit 38 and did how much damage? Sorry.
What was it? It was
18, wasn't it?
18.
18. Right.
So 18 points of damage.
Okay, thank you.
If you watch it on Twitch and just press pause every now and then, you get the battle map.
I am watching on Twitch. I'm getting the blue circle thing, so I might have to stop before my stream drops.
Right, no worries. Yep. Zamba.
Can I tell how smart this thing is?
Not by looking at it.
I would like to attempt, I suppose. Moving is one action, right?
Yep.
Oh, I don't need to move. Never mind. I would like to attempt to cast Bind Undead.
Oh.
And I'm only attempting it because I don't really understand the phrasing of the Pathfinder stuff, so I'm just going to read it to you, and you can tell me if it works or not. Does that work?
Yep.
Pretty evil shit, but yeah.
So it's a range of 30. Target is one mindless undead creature with a level no greater than Bind Undead spell level, which is 3.
It's not mindless.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering, if I could tell if it had like a. Okay. I'll still, if you want me to, I'll let it fly and say I'll just try to cast it and it just doesn't work. I got a lot of reading to do anyway, so I don't want to hold up the actual.
No, it's good.
The good players. I don't want to get in the way.
You are a good player. You are a good player.
Yeah.
So
stop shooting yourself down, Ryan. Come on.
Yeah, it is right. So
I try to cast this thing, and I'm like, I immediately look at both the professors, and I'm like, well, I guess that one is not going to work, huh? Maybe I should have been paying more attention instead of reading my books. I'm sorry, guys.
No, your books, Zabba. You're completely right. Do you know what that is? Do you know what he's got?
I don't. What? Maybe. I want to take a look at it. Do I?
You'd have to do a history check.
Can I do that, or is it too many things on my turn?
No, it's fine. You can do that. Yeah. If the DM says you can do it, you can do it.
All right. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
What do I add to it?
What's your history? You gotta.
I'm not seeing history.
It'd be law, or so we trying to identify this as undead. Probably be religious.
No,
Religion, yeah.
He's doing something else.
Oh, right.
It would be either a 25. 25?
25? Yeah. You can go for 25. You just pick a
Sounds right to me.
number around. It's all good. 25. Yeah. Right. So you kind of flick through. You kind of like, what is the professor on about? And as you look around, you realise there's suddenly, the cylinder is something from memory, something you remember as the Emerald Codex. It's part of this old ancient thing from Thessalonian lore.
Okay.
And then
So
what you do with
I
that
want to
information is up to you.
like, yeah, just like remember that and be like, oh, the Codex. Professor Elias, do you know the Emerald Codex?
Exactly, Zamba.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, Elias, just as I've taught you.
That's it.
Hey, I will make a Thessalonian law check on my turn then.
Okay. Okay, this is the top of the round. You hear the. It will be.
I know.
You hear him.
I haven't got anything prepared.
You hear him say, "No, you're not." Zamba. He's even putting himself down in chat now.
Yeah, stop it.
So we got.
Hey, you're supposed to be running the game. Why are you reading chat?
Because I can now. You see him here. You kind of again. You hear him say, "The green light, mine," and lots of heavy breathing, basically. So Elena, followed by Rup, what would you like to do? Oh, and then he exhales another cloud of green out of his mouth, blah, as it goes down onto the steps. Tolkus, Elias, and Harrison, can you make a fortitude saving throw, please?
Surely.
Yeah.
That's a flaming natural 20.
Well done.
My level up dice. 41.
Tolkus.
38.
Okay, Harrison.
41.
Okay, Tolkus, that is a fail.
What happens?
You'll find out in a bit. Yelena, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna stick my hand out again and call down a lightning bolt on him. Not sure where this lightning bolt comes from when we're underground, but it's fantasy. There
It's
is
magic.
a floating mummy in front of us. It is. Could you make a reflex save?
A reflex.
You are not flat-footed because
Nope.
you didn't critically fail.
Nope, I got a 6 and a 13. So 19 is a fail.
That's not enough. You need another 10. That's not the greatest roll in the world, I'm going to be honest. That is 3, 6, 7, 15 points of electricity damage.
Ooh, okay, so
And straight through his head.
I'm just checking. Ooh, that's okay. You see the lightning cascade through the ceiling, along the ceiling, and then down. Which ones are the hanging ones? Stalagmites or stalactites? Down through those anyway.
Yeah.
And then bathing the whole domed room into light as this kind of cascades down into him. And yeah, he doesn't like that.
So
Doesn't
you
like
leave
that
my
lot.
party alone, give Elias that thing, and go back to sleep.
Anything else?
No, that will be my turn. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, Rup, Tolkus.
Right, I am going to use. I'm going to crouch down into myself and just release build a fireball in my hands and cast a purple searing light heightened by 1 level at him.
Yep.
Say the magic words. Come on.
Game.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to break out into Street Fighter 2 then.
Oh no! What Hadouken?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I'll roll to hit. I'll use my PP point.
PP points.
Nat 20. Okay.
Oh, good
Oh my
use.
word. Okay, right.
Do you have
So
enough dice?
this does 7d6 fire and then 7d6 good damage.
And it was a roll to hit,
Times 2.
so it's double dose critical damage. So
Yeah.
it's double damage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have enough d6s.
To recycle.
Sorry, this is going to be a while. Someone else take it.
You want to call out the numbers?
9, 12, 14, 16 plus 10, 16, 19, 22, 26, and then
Reverse my numbers and see.
so that is 41 with the and doubled, so 82 points of half fire damage, half good damage, and he takes 5 persistent fire damage from the last turn, my heal.
So was that 86?
86, yeah.
So as you cast this spell, how would you like to do this?
Just a large purple flamethrower at him.
You just
go shrieking past.
Straight past
and
Tolkien.
I just go flying back into the wall.
And you go flying back.
Behind me.
There you go.
Rob's done it again. Awesome job, Rob.
Well done.
Holy moly.
There you go. You just see as he goes flying backwards down the corridor, catches by Zamba. Zamba catches you with his cat's paws. Right, well done.
Gotta be careful there.
He was actually called. He is the Black Monk.
Did you go all the way to 9,000 there?
I wouldn't overnight that.
Rup's hair stands on end in a kind of triangle shape.
Look, your hair colour's changed.
I somehow developed wristbands on my wrist.
Yeah.
And you see the cylinder he was holding just clashes to the floor. He just the
Can I
bandages, the
attempt an
bones.
acrobatics check to try and catch it?
You can do. Go on in. You're gonna dive across the room and grab
Dive
it.
across the room. Yeah. That's a 31.
Yep, you succeed. So you dive across.
Hands out like that to catch it before it hits the floor.
Okay. And you catch it.
I shall cradle it lovingly, carry it over to Zamba and the professor.
Okie dokie.
Oh, would you look at that?
Wow, I mean, Zamba, Elias, I mean, this is. It can't be. Give it to me. I must see it. This is the Emerald Codex. Inside.
Yes, it is.
Is stuff from Thessalonian. Who knows what powerful magics could be inside? It appears to be locked. How did you open it? Elias?
I would suggest it's a puzzle.
Well, of course it's a puzzle.
Yeah, are those little like runes around it?
Yes, I believe they are. Should we attempt to translate them?
Oh yeah, sure. Hey, you guys, why don't you go look around and see if there's any loot? You know, like gold and treasures and a secret exit to get out of here, maybe.
Yeah, we'll look around, do some searching.
Yep.
So, for purposes of Twitch, on screen for Elias and Zamba is Thessalonian runes. Now, they have a codex. They're going to see if they can decipher it, because I'm not going to do it for them. And if anyone else speaks or reads Thessalonian, you can help them as well.
Nope.
But until that
As soon
time,
as my
Professor's
stream
going to be a
catches
lot
up.
of help.
yeah, wait 10 seconds and it'll catch up. However, what is the rest
This is
of
our
the
end
gift?
of term exam.
Yeah. Sandra gets his professorship.
The professor's going to be a lot of help, right?
Indeed, I mean, it's no fun, is it? Ha!
Thought you came here to learn.
He's not
something,
even
surely
looking around
this is
for
like-
that.
Oh
told you
my
stuff.
goodness
Let's go.
gracious! We have to decode this. All right. Well, let's rock and roll.
So it's a cylinder device, and there appears to be. So you hold it landscape way, lengthways, and there appears to be Thessalonian writing. So you just have to translate Thessalonian into common, and you'll find out what you need to do.
I have an idea to translate it. I mean, Tolkien usually has the best ideas for these sort of things. Usually involves axes.
I like your thinking, Rob. I thought we just smash it open.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I mean, these guys can never go first, but if all else fails, I think.
And so,
Tolkien's way.
Harrison, Rupp, Tolkus, and Yelena, do you want to search the room? As
Yeah,
I've
let's
suggested?
search the room.
Yes, I do.
And the sarcophagus, just in case there's something else in it.
Okay. So, where the monk perished, there's still kind of smouldering bandages. There's obviously something fell out as well. Who wants to check that? Who wants to check the sarcophagus? Who wants to check the room?
I'll check the sarcophagus as I'm a little bit interested in undead.
I'll
Okay.
check the room.
Okay.
I'll check him then, I guess.
Okay. Harrison?
I'll check whatever's left.
Okay. Tolkus. You find inside the sarcophagus 4 rubies.
Oh, rubies.
The rubies are worth 400 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
Oh no!
I can see that Yelena is writing this down.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was Rupp. You found that
Okay.
goes in the sarcophagus. Tolkus, you're searching the remains of the body.
Yeah.
You find a belt and a ring. The belt, and I'll tell you because it makes it just expedience. To make
Well, we
things
can always
easier.
say that Elias would know what it was anyway, kind of thing, and me just ID it later.
It is a belt of giant strength +4.
Oh, wow.
Guess who's keeping that?
Rupp.
Tolkien, have you always had that
Yeah,
belt?
And the ring is a ring of the ram.
Oh, I know that one. Doesn't someone in the group have that one?
I have that.
Mm.
It has 45 charges.
Interesting.
Rob would make great use of that. Lying on the floor, monster above him.
Nope.
Yelena, around the room you find various weapons. All seem to be just kind of heaped into a corner under a statue. There's nothing kind of relevant about the statue. And every now and then there's like a shield or a sword or a particular weapon as you're sifting through them that kind of gives you a headache.
Oh, okay.
So it's from that kind of download you receive that psychic blast
Yeah.
from the room. It all seems to be attained to that, and you can see various heroes throughout the past 10,000 years who have made it this far.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing is particularly magical.
Okay, cool.
So it definitely seems that you are the only ones to have successfully defeated the monk.
Cool. We are super good.
Super good.
Super good.
I just hold up other Ruby. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich.
Professor Elias, do you know what the heck? I'm having a hard time with this one. I got some of them.
I've translated the top row. It says N M N H S S N T B T L L M N K N V T.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've gotten. None of that makes any sense to me.
So I'm gonna guess that the vowels are missing, and it says no man has seen it, but all men something it, and I can't work out what KNV is.
Steve jumping ahead.
What did you say the M bit was? Sorry.
No man has seen it, but all men KNV. So I don't know what the KNV word is, and the last one would be it. So I'm trying to think of a word with the vowels missing that's KNV.
Maybe they just spelled it wrong, and it was like no.
Oh yeah, maybe I've cocked it up, and it's a W, not a V. No, it's definitely a V, not a W.
V.
Yeah,
definitely a V.
What is it? Would it be crave?
KNV.
Oh, KNV. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Will we get the?
I was obviously going.
We get vowels somewhere else.
So lighter than air, sharper than sword.
Oh.
Lighter than air, sharper than. Comes from nothing but something.
Would fill the strongest rooms.
Would fill the strongest rooms. Fill the strongest arms.
Oh, so it was a W.
Yeah, it was a W. So no man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but would fill the strongest arms.
I'm looking at Maverick going,
No, it would be room.
Dr. Check.
Thank you, Mr. Shelley, for coming up with a word that has the vowels missing. Knave was Miss Shelley's.
Yeah.
That's a good word. I like that, but it looks like it was a W, not a V.
Are any of the players looking at Twitch at the moment?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
So it's a riddle.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword, comes from nothing, but would fill the strongest arms. Unless it's fill the strongest arms.
What if it's something like wind? You can't see it.
Oh, sorry, what was the first bit again? Sorry.
No man has seen it, but all men know it.
And it's lighter than air.
Lighter than air, sharper than a sword. Sharper than any sword.
Yeah.
Fill the strongest arms.
Something like knowledge or something, but
no, maybe. Fill the strongest arms.
Yeah, it's that bit that's confusing.
Is it strongest rooms or arms?
It could be either.
What's sharper than a? I mean, it could be like biting cold or something like that. But I'm like, how do you fill arms?
Yeah, just no man has seen it.
It could also be talking about wheels, like feel the strongest rims, like 22s maybe.
Yeah. All men know it.
The zombie or the mummy was saying green light.
Yeah.
Is he saying anything else? Or just green light?
It's just missing vowels.
Yeah.
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 Rooms.
Or arms.
Oh, arms, yeah.
It could be either.
But if it's strong, doesn't usually describe rooms.
Strongest arms, yeah.
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 Seen it, but all men know it.
How to make your party shut up. Give them a riddle. And watch them suffer.
Yeah.
I get to have a break.
Sharper than sword.
Go on, chat. Give him a hand.
I want to say death, but I don't think it is.
Is it sharper than a sword?
Could be.
Pain.
More pain, yeah.
I'm gonna close chat because I don't want to see the answer. Oh man.
It would fill the strongest arms. Fill. Yeah. Makes sense. So what would defeat the strongest army? Light than air, sharper than a sword.
Oh, strongest armies could work too. AIE armies.
Yeah.
Just death.
Yeah, death. Plague. Disease.
It's the only thing I could think of.
Fear's described as sharp, isn't it? Yeah, sharp fear, but that's not necessarily described as light than air.
It's a Thessalonian artifact we have, right? Is this a Thessalonian temple or like a tower that we're in?
You're in something old and Thessalonian, yes.
Would we know of anything that they have in their religion that would be like something that they would make an artifact about? For example, like a plague or like a disease, would they
I know where you're going. It's slightly the wrong direction.
Okay. Lighter than air.
So what? It's not So it can fill arms. I don't know.
If you're looking at the latest screen on Twitch,
yeah,
Rup.
Yes, it's fill the strongest armies.
Fill the strongest armies. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes it a bit easier.
What about something like greed?
I think fear also works.
Did we say hunger already?
I think so.
Hunger, yes. Sharp hunger pains. That fits.
How do we
like the air bit that's
solve
tricky.
it? Like, is there like a?
Well, if you've got an empty stomach, it feels lighter than air.
The cylinder, to answer Zamba's question, the writing is on one side, and on the end, you've got 4 rings that move around. So all you need to do,
So you just need to
light
turn.
up, is to spell out the answer.
So it's a 4-letter word then.
There are 4 circles.
Love?
Yeah.
Well, if we're going with sins, lust. But,
Lust is sharper than sword, lighter than air.
yeah, I don't know.
Men
I don't know. I don't know that love would fell the
No.
strongest armies.
There'd have to be other things that work there as well.
Fear, I think, was a good one.
Sure, I mean... Out of nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Sorry, I have a question on the mechanics. On the discs, the circles, are there also no vowels? Have we only got the same alphabet?
That's a good question.
Translation.
Correct. So the Thessalonian language does not include vowels. Only common does. And so the way that the language has... the way the common language has been around, the Thessalonians speak something very different. And they never created vowels.
So fear one
Hunger
word.
would be 4 without the vowels.
Hunger.
Oh,
And hunger comes from nothing because you have
yeah.
nothing to
Yeah,
be hungry.
HNG.
yeah, hunger is 4 without the vowels. You're right.
Well done, Sharon.
Try that, Professor.
Drop your
Try that
pen.
one.
We all worked on it.
Yep. I mean, drop me a pen. I'm just gone. Anyway. Let's go for hunger. So that would be the one that looks like a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then the one that looks like an epsilon.
Mm-hmm.
Then the one that looks like a funky T.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that looks like a G, letter G.
Okay, so you turn the dials, each one, and the top clicks open.
Oh, well
Hell
done.
yeah. Good
Well
job, guys.
done.
Well done,
And
well done,
inside the
Sharon.
Green
And-
Lantern ring.
Yep.
We unleash a
Well done, Mr.
terrible
Chilly as well,
disease
'cause Mr.
among
Chilly got
the
that.
world now.
Awesome kryptonite.
Okay.
Well done, Mr. Chilly.
Okay, inside you find a number of scrolls, wound papers, all different kinds of things are in there. The scroll tube itself, you estimate, is probably worth 1,200 gold pieces on its own.
Whoa.
You find... does it say actually how many? It doesn't actually say.
500 million.
It is a compilation of spells and enlightened rituals. Oh, there you go. 18 scrolls are inside. Some of them are even tattooed onto wyvern hide.
Nice.
Cool.
But as you take them out, you must... they start to kind of deteriorate in the air.
Please be careful with those. Those are very, very old and they hold a lot of knowledge, I bet. You should probably only open those in like a safe space, maybe.
Yeah, I'll
Professor
quickly
Clink, what do you think?
put the tube lid back on.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Okay, so what you find inside is something that's called, and we'll do this offline, but I'll just tell you what it is. It's called the Anathema Archive.
Ugh.
That's gonna
Doesn't
be
sound
bad.
good for rap.
Okay, so that's something you do find inside. You also find a letter that, if you would like to, you can read that out. And before you do, let me try and find...
Anathemas are stuff that go against gods.
Yeah. Or against what you stand for.
Yeah.
Steve, you want to read that out?
Yeah. So this here looks like a writ. much like a writ of passage. It says it's a writ of entrance and access. It's to be presented to the clockwork librarian of the Thoracic Library for securing of full access to all archives held within. Wear the Shining Guardians, for they guard the library without bias, and any who would enter are counted thieves and vandals to be slaughtered. Speak aloud the name of the master architect, via Sancti. A full entry is attempted via the bronze doors, if thou wouldst avoid their blinding wrath.
That sounds handy.
Yes, avoiding
Blinding wrath.
Blinding wrath of Shining Guardians would be good. Yes,
It's high on my list of things to do.
Okay, and you also find in there more scrolls. You find 8 more scrolls. I haven't yet converted these, so we'll convert them into whatever the second edition is. But what you find is these are all divine spells.
Ooh.
You find Greater Restoration. You find Hero's Feast.
Oh, that was a nice one. Okay.
You find Order's Wrath. You find Regenerate.
Oh my word. Okay, that's a high level.
You find Resurrection.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. That's not foreboding at all.
You find
Useful for me.
Scrying.
Okay.
You find a Symbol of Stunning. And the last one is a scroll of True Resurrection.
Ugh. Okay. Oh my word.
That's like the top one, isn't it?
That is a... Yeah, give me a sec.
It's like, you're dead, don't worry about it. It's not even a problem.
Yeah, it like creates a body for you even if your body is like disintegrated.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Keep that one for Harrison.
I don't believe it's in 2E though, so we'll have to find something.
Yeah, we'll find the equivalent. Or you just get 2 Resurrection Scrolls or something like that.
Harrison Prime is actually reborn as a hard light.
Yeah.
Or we just swap them over.
Don't just colour outfits.
It's okay, we can rebuild him.
We have the scrolls.
We have the scrolls.
I like that one. We have the scrolls.
we have the scrolls. Has
There's
anyone
a
seen...
standing ovation, that one, Chris.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if we did it last week, but if you did, if you didn't, you are all now level 12.
Ooh. No, we didn't last week.
No, we didn't do that last
we didn't.
week.
Well done.
The Dizzy Heights of 12. Jesus.
So Eva managed to hope liked it. Eva managed to squeeze in a little puzzle there. We've been trying to do a bloody puzzle for ages. Like, well, how do we do it on the stream? How do we do the bits and pieces? So I'll continue to work on that and get my ciphers onto the screen because I did enjoy that. Mostly just
That was fun.
Yeah,
it was good.
It's a lot easier around the table.
Yes, it
But
is.
yeah, when you're limited time and you do it on the stream, well, how do I share this and not give them the answers?
I think the way you did it was pretty good. I like that. Being able to pop it up and then also reveal it as we were figuring it out.
It's also, I mean, I googled around that stuff, and it was also really easy to do. So you have a puzzle that the players have to turn into English, and then if you leave out something like the vowels, it's still something. Then they have to solve the next level. Then it's a riddle. Then they have to solve that level. So it is quite good. Just trying to work out how to do that.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't actually figure out that it was missing vowels until the second line, because the second line was easier to see because it's lighter than something sharper than.
Cool. But yes, you have defeated the Black Monk. You have opened the Emerald Codex.
So I can now reattach body parts, right? With the generate.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the stuff that Tolkien is collecting.
Oh,
Make
God.
me a pet out of all the
Oh
bits.
yeah, do a golem of all these different bits.
Could you not build me into something new?
I was saying we could rebuild him. I mean,
I could have wings.
We could just kill you and then use resurrection, and then you come back as a different race.
Could be, yeah. I've got nothing else to live for.
Oh.
Wow. I went dark really quick.
Yeah, jeez. Talk about bummer.
It's like, you're level 12. Now here's the downer.
I'm just reading about the Anathema archive. That's wow.
Something we'll have to experience.
What have I done?
Yeah.
What have I given you?
So this is a book, is it? The Anathema Archive.
This is a scroll.
Okay.
That contains some very, very powerful spells, and you can only use one
I'm getting
per
straight into
24
that.
hours.
they're all evil, I'm guessing.
We'll find out.
Doesn't sound good.
We'll find out.
Because those are, yeah. We'll see.
Find out next week.
Tune in.
Yep. But thank you very much for
We're
that.
going to build the Tolkienator.
The Tolkien. Thank you very much. We're going to leave it there because it's just gone midnight here in the UK. Again, check us out tomorrow. We're on Tomb of Annihilation. I was going to say the Annihilator.
Tomb of an Annihilation.
Yeah, Annihilator. Right. And until that time, we'll see you again. See you again soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you next week.
Cheers, Ryan. We're seeing Ryan again.
Oh yeah,
next week as
Ryan,
well.
Ryan.
He's not going anywhere.
Hey, I was just hanging out. Bye.
See you later.